Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Sunday. It's the end of the working week. In fact, it's the end of the week entirely. So let's tune in to some good old Warframe. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? I think it's all come through clearly. Yep, I have actually managed to get it all working. First time this time. There we are. Splendid. Welcome in, everyone. How are we doing today? And there's immediately a message. Well, I do say wait until you actually see the game on stream, but that works. Hello there, Pendragon. Hello there, Gale Front. Hello there, Cosmo. Hello, Cinderellin. Hello, Brissinger. Hello, Gorilla. Hello, Zomtrike. Hello, Quintus. Hello there, Crown Ladybug. Hello, Korokop. Hello, Eliu. How are we all doing? And Korokop, cheers, as always. Oh. Appreciate it. Hello, Renuva. How are we all doing today? See, Zom is probably wants to join for the sortie. Yep, Zom is wanting to join for the sortie. Am I on solo mode? Yes, I am. As always, it's like, you can't be doing that, you're in solo. Yeah, there you go. Let's bring you in, Zom. Let's bring you in. And it was still rough. Hope you recover soon, my dude. Hope you recover soon. Gorilla doing well. Crown Ladybug doing well. Glad to hear I'm also doing better. Absolutely, yes. I'm 100% back on form. Illness is eradicated. No sign of it left within me. Which is good. It's exactly what I needed. Not the last week, the fact that it's gone. That's what I needed. Oh dear. It's interesting asking Shaw's in preference, mostly because I saw one at the start screen. Sure, yeah. I mean, I've got Shaw's in here, I've got Shaw's in there. Let me see, what's the one that I have equipped at the moment? What is the one that it defaults to when I equip this? That's not the one I normally use. I mean, it's got a nice sound to it. Yeah, it's got a nice sound to it, but it's not normally the one I'd go for, actually, that one. That one, what is that one? Is that the Kira's? I think that's Kira's one. Let's see, I mean, we've got loads of different ones here. We've got the Day of the... Oh, I don't have those ones. I have this one, so I got the Void Song one. Is that the one? Oh. Yeah, I'm going to take a general pass on that one. That's not for me, thank you. How about the Nilumbo? Now, that one's a nice sounding one. Yeah, that one works. We'll stick it to that one for now. Just stretches his way out of that one. That seems to be the one for me. There you are, Cinderellin. Only for saying self-medication to help you get turn. Find out tomorrow if you have a CO or not. Fair enough. Fair enough, my dude. You serve us on Twitch? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Twitch be doing twitchy things. Twitch. I don't follow along with half of what Twitch does sometimes. But let's bring in Cosmo. Let's bring in Safflon Rage. And I think it's time we get cracking on with a sortie. Alright then, so we have got a free roam with augmented enemy armor. Okay. We've got a mobile defense with enemy elemental enhancement, and then an assassination over there with an enemy physical enhancement. Okay, so the enemies are tanky, tanky, and tanky today. How broad a range of options, I suppose. Let's do it. Not going to be using Anaris. Anaris was being used for testing. Let's bring... I'm going to bring the Hystrix just so I can level that up some more, but otherwise let's get cracking. Rennie was saying I could donate $100 to make all of my messages pop up on your stream for 10 minutes. Huh? Wait. Oh, right. Yes, that's not available here in the UK. I remember now. Hold on. So is this the not the super chat thing, which what they call it over on YouTube. This is the elevated message or something or other. I think it's elevated message. Yeah, elevate your messages. There we are, elevated message. Yeah, which does basically the same thing as the super chat over on YouTube, which takes your message and puts it to the top of the chat bar for an extended period of time. But yeah, I remember hearing from Zach's stream, which we raided a couple days ago. He mentioned something about it not being available over in either just UK or maybe the entire EU even. Might even be US only for all I know, to be quite honest with you. Chicken noodle, cheers. So, yeah, that's a funky one. That is indeed a funky one. If you really, really want to have your message sat and elevated there, also get that way, you can do. Otherwise, if you wanted to do it as a direct tip, rather than having Twitch take its cut and whatnot, it's up to you either which way. If you didn't want to do any of that, that's also fine too, I suppose. That'd be how it is. But yeah, let's get cracking on with this sortie, shall we? Also, Quintus, Rainuva, both of y'all. I don't know if you've had a look at the latest Patreon bits and pieces. I've been including more detailed explanations alongside the Meet the Math recently. Don't know how you guys feel on that, basically. Don't know how you guys feel on it. Let's crack up with a picker frame, asking for a tester grenade Volban. Curious if you can help on sortie or even steel path level Corpus missions. Well, I don't think we have Corpus missions on the sortie, so that would be a steel path one you want me to hold off on, right? Tester grenade Volban. I don't see how it would really end up well for us. Ah, it's a very close drone. Where is it? There it is. Up. Go, drone, go! And it sure went. Oh, you gotta love having a Volt on the team for these. Fair enough, Quintus, fair enough. Now, if you guys you've not checked into the most recent stuff, then fair enough. Tells me all I need to know, really. You want those set to forget, folks. Okay. So I'm saying, brought to Nova for the drone, didn't even load it in time. You're kidding. Yeah, you're still not loaded in, actually. That's a interesting one. When the Xbox player loads in faster than the PC player. Make of that what you will, chat. Alright, Armored Vault. You completely missed the drone bounty, Zob. Completely missed it. Nope, someone else grabbed it in time. Volt versus Loki for the drone bounty? I would genuinely suggest Volt. Because the speed will help you and your allies. It'll just get everyone going more rapidly. Volt, I would say, has a better kit overall for the Plains of Eidolon, whereas Loki is a one-trick pony. Loki is a complete one-trick pony. So you've got the choice of being able to teleport the two things. So you have the drone and the rescue target, both of which can bug out and decide to not let you teleport them. Or you can have just everyone's faster. This is where you can also bring Wisp for the same thing as well, because Wisp haste mode will work. That'll speed everyone up and give everyone other bonuses too. But, the bonus from teleporting is certainly a lot weaker now that we can speed boost our NPC allies, as it were. Hey Squirbo, I am back. I mean, I was back on Friday, but I am back as well. Ah, that must be Zom's signature Rhino, is it? Oh, wait, no, that's Nova stuff, never mind. I was going to say, they were falling slowly and Zom has been going on a bit about Rhino's stomp. I thought that was a Rhino stomp. Never mind. Never mind. There was just good old-fashioned Nova, and Zom even said they were bringing Nova. But anyway, I hope they revisit stealth gameplay and let the Xmas overguards not be activated when you're unalerted. Stealth has been kind of left to the wayside a lot in Warframe, just generally. To the point where they created new stealth gameplay in the Carl missions and in how the Drifter operated during the new War Quest. That was their answer to stealth. Warframe missions and stealth is exceedingly optional. Alright, kill enemies in the area. And do. Well, that was quite the sound. Can I stop rolling? Oh, my keyboard is being a little bit like, oh, you wanted to start sprinting? Well, it feels like you just tapped it, so I'm going to make it roll now. Like, no, I definitely held it down.
We should try again.
You still want a backstab to kill? I mean, if you're strong enough, backstab can usually kill. But you do need to spec into it to deal with Overguard, especially if you're onto the steel path. You can't use Nova Portal and Arcwing? Oh, well, that's a lesson there.
Well done.
Ta-da! Mission complete.
The enemy has dropped a number of supply caches nearby.
Virus scanning is the only stealth you do? Fair. There's not really a huge benefit to being stealthy to the point that enemies don't know you're there. There's a huge benefit to being invisible, don't get me wrong. You know, Ash, Wisp, Loki, Octavia, they all love invisibility. Navara, of course, as well. But being stealthy, there's not really a benefit to it in Warframe. The biggest benefit you've got is the bonus affinity from spy vaults, and actually be able to complete them. The next benefit you've got is the bonus affinity on stealth kills, which can be a bit funky sometimes. It doesn't quite want to let you have that one.
Love you, Kin less than 3.
Yo! Elena Brock, thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime onto 2 months. Enjoy your lovely and new bronze badge. Love you too. Cheers for the resub. Appreciate it. Alrighty then. Let's get cracking on to our mission number 2. Yeah, stealth is not in a great place. Stealth is greater for newer players because if you don't have the resources and whatnot to just generally clear through a mission, then hiding away from the enemies kind of works out for you. Beyond that, it just kind of feels unnecessary. I'm saying, funny thing is, depending on how you play Wisp, you can completely invalidate Vitality Mote. Yeah. I mean, one mote gain kind of pushed it aside. Think about Shock Mode. Shock Mode just, a lot of people don't use it on defense because it actually slows it down, so, yeah. You know, 200% strength and status immune to Dianax. Ooh, that is a nice configuration to have, yeah. Hello, Kaisel, saying love your videos. Cheers, man. I say man as a catch-all, but cheers. Welcome into the channel as well. Hope you enjoy your stay. Asafa Bride managed to finished catching every animal and fish on the plains. Fair do. You get a hint for the next video? Yeah, next video I'm going to be working on...
This is a mobile defense mission.
I'm going to be working on the amber shards next.
Defend a number of locations while I break into the network.
Indeed, Hawk, yeah. Yeah, amber shards are up next on the list now. We've got Revenant out of the way. The video is doing absolutely terribly, so let's move on to the amber shards. And we'll see how long it takes to actually get that all together, I'll be honest. We'll see how long it takes. I don't know why I'm fired there. I've got the Hystrix. I don't know if it's even got a potato in it. There we are. Girls, happy to announce Wisp build been working on is needlessly stressful. The Wisp build you've been working on is needlessly stressful? Oh, okay. At least you're having fun. It occurs to me, I don't actually see that many Synaxes going around, strangely enough. Considering they were given out for free, I just don't see them often. That's really weird. 60% particle amber shards. Particle velocity is pretty damn dope. It is a good pickup from most Warframes. There are some that don't care for particle velocity, but for most of them, yeah, absolutely. So we just kind of run around in our bajillion particle effects for a bit. Whilst we wait. Do I have my options set correctly? I need to never remember that. Ah, no, that's been off for a while. There we go, let's fix that, shall we? That might reduce the obnoxiousness a bit from some effects. Dynex was difficult to get to grips with. I mean, I did make a whole guide on it.
We have got to find a terminal.
I did go ahead and put that together. In fact, you could go so far as to say DE put together a tutorial for Dynex, given that they commissioned that video. How many Warframes get a full-on tutorial delivered for them, you know? Hey Dozak, I am indeed feeling better now. Fully recovered as far as I'd say from the illness. Fully recovered. Also, can appreciate how short and informative your videos are. It's hard to make a good short video than a long one. I do try to keep things concise. Like, I want to convey enough information to give you what you need to use what you've got. But at the same time, I don't want to just go into every last little detail. I aim to keep videos around the length where it's enough to be helpful, not so much just to bore you. That is the genuine aim with my stuff. YouTube itself doesn't always appreciate that, but YouTube doesn't get a say. A couple Xmas decides to all spawn in the same spot. Yeah, okay. Alright. Keep on fulminating through them.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
Informational, not a lecture? Yeah. Not just, not a lecture. I stick to basically what you need to know, what you can use it for, and if you want to look into deeper stuff, well, that's where you engage here on the streams or over in the Discord. If you want to get the more mathematical stuff from behind the scenes, then that is the Meet the Math over on Patreon, that kind of stuff. The video guides, I designed them to be applicable to as many people as possible, so that anyone who comes across the topic and goes, I would like to know about this, the whole video is appreciable. That is the goal. Naturally, I do like to pick up topics which are more widely appreciable as well, so it's not just a case of, do you enjoy the video, but do you enjoy the topic to even want to watch the video? That does matter too. Yeah. Is it me, or has Warframe been dropping more frames in the recent updates? Like, the recent update with the hotfixes, ever since we got Veilbreak, I swear, whenever I've been streaming, it's never had these many, this feeling of frames dropping since Veilbreaker. Anyone else feeling that? That the update is more taxing on the resources. Something is up.
Mission complete.
And I don't know what it is. But I've checked my settings. I've checked what I'm streaming at. In fact, I've reduced the data rate that I'm recording at. Not the stream, but the recording at. To try and bring that down a bit. You know, it's more drops, freeze when people join games. Something just feels up. And unfortunately, it's on that technical level where I can't really say or do or help with anything on it. Because I was dropping some yesterday, I noticed it on long play session. It's just bits and pieces. When I'm not streaming, things feel pretty much fine. When I'm streaming, it does reach that little bit of a limit. Maybe take a look at the in-game FPS counter. You know what, we can bring it up again. We can bring it up again. Let's see if anything crazy happens on it. Maybe saying, did an idiot move, try to do ASCII code for plus minus, reset Chrome entirely? Whoops. So you learned you can search into settings. Yeah, that was somewhat recently added. You can just, settings and find what you need. So if you need to reduce the effects, there you are. Visual effects intensity, bam, that's down. That's not going to save on graphics or anything, but you know. demonstratively. Why not? Let's do it. Is it prediction time? It is prediction time, yes. It is prediction time. Let's get the prediction up and running, shall we? What reward will we get from this mission? Is it going to be a NASA sculpture? Is it going to be a ribbon? Is it going to be a booster? Or one of the many other things it could turn out to be? Make your prediction. Make your gamble. If you're right, you're looking at a hell load of spanners. And if you're wrong, well, someone else is looking at a hell load of spanners. Hey, why not? You got them there. Use them. Make your predictions. You can gamble with 10, you can gamble with hundreds, you can gamble with literally all of them. You can type in a custom number. What reward are we going to get from this sortie? I mean, Gorilla could gamble on finding where the L key is. Huh. We're betting a reward on you getting. Well, you can't control the outcome, Cosmo, so it's still fair. Hey man, any luck with that Plains Vital on sortie? Oh yeah, we just sailed straight through it. We sailed straight through it. If you do it again, you might get different bounty objectives. And my god, the frames are sucking. I'm down to 40 FPS there.
We cannot allow this. Get to his
Yeah, I'm dropping down 40, 35. What is going on? Seriously, these are low frames.
Need to watch your back.
Is this to do with Xbox? Having an Xbox player on the team? Surely not.
The assassination target.
But yeah, this feels choppy. This is bad. It just dipped below 30 for a second there. This is... Yep, that it's up below 30 for more than a little bit. Did you have Xbox players on the team already tested? Alright. What we'll do, we'll test this. We're going to repeat this mission. Okay, I know I haven't actually shot the bottle at all, but whatever. Where is the Becca? I missed. We're going to repeat this mission. Sans Cosmo or Xbox. Because that is a very, very important part of the test. Because they are testing it. So if it is having a serious negative effect on game, and this is a serious negative, I'd say. If that's the cause of this frame drop, because this is pain. Also, not making that jump was pain, and falling off that pipe was also pain. Come on, Ken. I'm going to blame that on the FPS as well, making it harder to actually do stuff, which it does, by the way. When FPS is unstable, it does make it harder to do split-second maneuvers. I said it only happens when streaming. Did Twitch change anything? It's more that it uses more of my computer resources at the same time. Hey, we got a ribbon mod though, so that's the positive. There we go. Korokop gambling with 1,000 spanners, about to get back over 5,000. We got a ribbon. Nice. Hello, Scary Ninja. Yeah, that was definitely rough. Definitely rough. Right, so Cosmo dropping out. Let's give that mission a rerun. My frame rate in here is a flat 45-ish. Oh, didn't mean to click that. I'm going to drag this around. Okay, navigation's a bit funky, yeah. Sounds like a practical problem. Yes, it is, guys. That's why I'm exactly looking at it. Okay, so navigation's got some slowage to it as well, but that could be to do with the fact that drones are also rendered. If you have crossplay with an Xbox One player, not Xbox Series, the chance for lag increases. There's plenty of reasons for lag. Yeah. Have I only just recently booted up Warframe, or has it been on all day? Recently booted up, minutes before the stream. Alright, well, need to go this way. So, currently, around 60 FPS, which is where it should be. I do cap it at 60 because I don't need to overtack my system. I don't have the strongest system. Oh, we're down to 50. Back up to 60? Yeah, I don't want to overtax my system. I've got a good one, but it's not the strongest, and I use a one-computer streaming setup. I have neither the money nor the space for more than that. Oh, I felt a cut right there as I went to jump.
To watch your back.
Down to 40 FPS. Ugh. And I'm feeling it. It feels trash right now. No, this is not an Xbox thing. We got River Xbox, dude. And I'm still feeling it. We're down to 40-ish. 35, 33.
Well.
40 is trash? 40 is trash when it should be a hard 60.
Here's to you, anonymous troublemaker.
40 is trash when it should be a hard 60. Maybe it's because of streaming. Well, streaming is adding on more resources. Here's the thing, Master Chief. This wasn't happening before. I'm fairly certain I was not getting choppy streams in a prior patch. Seems worse today than yesterday. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. There might be some issue with my computer, but
They won't
something's going
bother
on.
us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Hell, it could be that I might need to do an update to my graphics settings, and my graphics program's just forgotten to tell me that needs to happen. It's like, oh well, thanks for slipping that one by. Did I toggle the crossplay setting? Maybe Xbox stuff is still running despite not having Xbox in the group? Maybe. Alright, let me do that mission again solo. Let me switch to solo, switch off the crossplay thing, switch off anything like that. It could be related. Later, Cosplay. Later, we're doing stuff. Because I know in my orbiter here, it's going to get a bit problematic because I have a bajillion drones. I wonder who did that, Quintus? So here it does drop down a bit. But yeah. Let's head into that same mission again. Let's do this solo, see how it feels. Because obviously if it's affecting me, it could easily affect others as well. It could be related to the game, it might not be related to the game. I want to give you guys the best experience possible, and that is very important. Alright, currently holding a solid 60. Still 60. I'm basically just flicking my eyes at the waypoints and otherwise watching that FPS. Still 60. Still 60.
Get to his location and eliminate him.
No problems at all so far. In fact, if I stand here a moment, just take a quick moment to grab that FPS. If I... is it V-Sync? Vertical Sync. If I turn off that a second, will it show what my frame rate could be? Well, well, that's not good. Yep. Okay. Well, I'll be right back. Let me just Alt F4 out of that one. Alright, cool. So, I didn't know that would happen. Yes, Hawk, I got the joke. Looks like this is a practical problem. If you say that again, I will actually boot you into the next stream. Good time to turn on like a frame. That sounds like a good time to not turn on like a frame because we're doing testing, Gorilla. You don't add in more variables. Okay, so just getting myself back into the game. I get it, Hawk, but you know, there's only so many times to say it in the face of someone having problems before it goes, you're a fucking practical problem, mate. Don't make me solve you. You know? Keep it to a limit. Otherwise it breaks rule 1. Alright then, we got the game back up and running. FPS is currently still seemingly capped at 60, so let's fix that. We search for vertical sync. Freeze again. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. Okay. Can I turn it back on? No. None of these are highlighting anymore. This is. Can I click that? Ah, oh, hello. Interesting. So I can open up my profile. I can open up chat. The game is not frozen. Okay. But I can't interact with the settings at all now. This is frozen. I'm not hitting defaults. Screw that. Nope. Okay, so that's this doesn't like me doing that. I am going to have to Alt F4 again. This is really weird. This is really, really weird. Bug frame? Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. Like, is anyone else having this same issue happening on their own Warframe? If you switch to or from vertical sync on or off. It's not vertical sync. Is it vertical sync? Whatever VSync stands for. VSync. Is anyone else having that issue? Because if it's just me, I'm going to be really annoyed. If it's just me, then I have to figure it out. That would be really annoying. Okay. We are once again loaded in. Let's head to the options. I'm going to go to the setting manually this time. Vertical sync off. Max frame rate, no limit. Sounds good to me. I suppose because that spawns when you're switching here, that might have been causing an issue. I think searching for VSync was causing an issue, guys. I think searching for it might have been causing the issue because it has the related line. Ah, okay, okay. That's certainly a spaghetti one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, let's load in. Let's load in and let's see what FPS I run. Okay, so I'm in the mission and I'm getting here 150, 160 FPS. So when saying I was getting 30 at one point, we can see why I was rather incredulous. 30 and 40 is bad when I'm getting over 100 right now, uncapped, in a solo mission. It does feel a little bit unsmooth all the same. Something feels off. So VSync will lock the frame rate to your screen refresh rate, because from a visual standpoint, the frame is going to be a frame. Like, your screen is not going to render more frames, so why actually try and calculate more frames if you're not going to be able to experience them? It can have negative effects on games, but usually speaking, it's a positive. It reduces the load on your PC by not calculating what it doesn't need to calculate. Now here I'm getting down as low as like 60, 70 FPS. In fact, I just dropped below 60 there. But it is showing that otherwise, uncapped shouldn't be an issue for me. And therefore 60 shouldn't be an issue. Be syncing to 60. But that's the FPS side. The actual feeling. The feeling doesn't quite seem to be the same. Yeah. It feels like it's jerking around, doesn't it? And I never used to be streaming like that. I definitely never used to feel like I was jerking around. I'll just get these guys off. So let's switch back on the VSync. Actually, let's see if it breaks. Let's see if it breaks. Oh, not that way. Okay. Yeah, even as I was just kind of walking, it did feel like there was a stutter. Let me just gently walk my way through. Just kind of glide my mouse around. Try and tell what's a graphical jerk and what's a quirk of topography and terrain. There was one. Right there, that was definitely one. Yeah, I'm just not gonna walk around that one. Let's give this a whirl. Right, my computer is not weak. It should be handling everything pretty damn fine, so... Might have been a tiny one there. I have no idea what's going on. So I'm looking for jerkiness in the movement. Like, you watch the stream as cleanly as you can. I'm looking for jerkiness in the frames, like we're skipping a moment or something. There are microtors. Right over seeing it clear as day. Yep, there was another. Airsoft! 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 No! You took a ticket. No! Airsoft! Airsoft! I saw your name there. Just quickly slid through. Let me reset my stuff. Airsoft. Bruh. No ticket. No. Open your messages. Open your messages. I'm calling you out individually. Open your messages. You can't sign up to a giveaway and then not follow the terms of the damn giveaway that says you won last time. Claim it. But yeah, there was definitely some jerkiness going on with that there. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we can do about that. I don't know what we can do about that. Oops, sorry, maybe we'll think to check next time. Yeah, so, Airsoft, send me your details, Drew. You're still able to claim it. Send me your details, Drew. He's trying to win twice before claiming both. I know, Master Chief. The absolute cheek of it. Wins one and thinks he can get a second one if he just doesn't answer the first time. Ah. Oh. Send me your details, Airsoft, so I can actually get you your winnings. Come on. You're a regular around here. You did just too late. Pro tip, if anything says that you have to do something within a time frame and you find yourself late, do it still. And this applies to literally anything ever. Do it still if it could be beneficial. If you are late on your homework, you missed your deadline, still hand it in. Apologise, sure, but still hand it in. If you are late to work, you still go to your job. If you're late remembering someone's birthday, still let them know that you remembered their birthday. If you are late claiming a prize, check. Just check. At the very least. The reason I put a time limit on the any kind of giveaway is because after that point, the terms and conditions state at that point, alright, you've forfeited the prize, it can now go however I please elsewhere. Because I've got a certain deadline on when I can turn them around to those of you who win. I'm not just holding on to stacks of giveaways to just trickle out here or there. They're handed out by DE, the 75 plat ones are, and I need to get that over to DE. They need to know who to send it to. So that gives me the time to be able to arrange for someone else to actually have it then. That's why that is there. Those deadlines are usually set to give the person handling the results of whatever's needed enough time to sort out what needs to come next if you don't meet the deadline. So, for everything, this goes out to everyone. If you think you've missed a deadline, still act on it if there could possibly be any good. Naturally, if that deadline is you forgot to drink your milk and now it's gone off, well, yeah, take a sniff. It's probably gone. You're too late. At that point, there is nothing left to gain. But if there could be, at least look into it. general life advice for everyone there. You'll be very surprised. Seriously surprised. If you've never thought about this before, oh, there was another stutter. You'll be seriously surprised how many times it turns out that actually you're fine. Does this qualify as Night Creator might put it as rigged? Nah, this is advice. This is advice. That's what I do. I give advice. And Quintus does the opposite of that. Kind of say, I watched YouTube videos recently, it helped me out, so thanks. Cheers, my dude. Glad you enjoy them. Just curious, one of my parallax settings. I have it set so my ship doesn't look like the parallax, but the air support is parallax. Also, I know that's not what you meant. Let's have a look. No idea. No idea. Alright, let's turn off this FPS counter. It's annoying me. I hate having it there, to be honest. It just looks so... Yeah. On that. Cool, thank you, Airsoft. We'll get that sorted out for you. Okay, so... the FPS was dropping down into the mission there. It did go below 60 at some point with the VSync turned off. But it still handled far better. The main thing is, though, that it was still getting stutters. There was another one. There was another one you guys might have noticed. As I came down here, it's... I don't know how it looked exactly on your screen. It looked to me like I came running through. I got to about here, about this spot, and then I was about a foot forwards. It just kind of... yeah, you'll notice it just kind of jolts at times when it shouldn't be jolting. The animation should be smooth. It looks like frame skips. It does, it looks like frame skips. It feels like frame skips, but it's not on the stream. It's on the game. All those cleans might be at fault. We're getting this even in normal missions, though. We're getting this in missions where that shouldn't be affected by drones. I know this is a bad place to demonstrate because there's drones. Quintus, do you mind, for the sake of sanity, because it will take a lot, they won't come back on the same stream, but do you mind for the sake of sanity if the drones go away for further testing? What's the problem? I'm having a lot of skips and drops since the Veilbreaker update. I'm starting to suspect that it's Veilbreaker. Quintus, do you mind if they go into the cupboard for science? Alright, cool. This might take a while, chat. Especially if I click the wrong button. It's in Equipment. Orbiter. Let's do it. Let's just drift our way along. Now, it is... this is going to take a short while. Like, this is what you don't normally see. Just how many of them. There's going to be a bitch to place back down? Oh god, yeah. Because it's also this room too. This room absolutely full to the brim, at least in terms of floor space. With these goddamn drones. This is how many Quintus and Esprit brought in. And I took the time to pattern them in here. And I did... that's it. What was the pattern? I've got red, grey, blue, dark grey, purple, pink. And then it repeats. But on the next row down, it doesn't go across. Every pair, as it were, or something like near a pair, flips over. And then it shunts across and repeats. There's a pattern to it, but it's a very complicated pattern. It makes it look almost random. And now I'm getting rid of it all. All of that placement I did. Just to check if that helps with this at all. Because obviously, yeah, this is a ridiculous amount of animated decoration. And we have to test for that variable. I have to test for that variable. If only there's some way to save decorations. So if only there's some way to save a lot of stuff, but databases. It's all about databases, always is. When I log off, there's a bot orgy. Those are words that didn't need to be written. You feeling deja vu? I'm feeling a little bit of deja vu, Archer. You're very right. I am feeling a little bit of deja vu here as well. Granted, this time it isn't Quintus causing it, but I am feeling it too. For anyone who doesn't get that reference, welcome to the channel. Once upon a time, there were sculptures in here. I mean, you're right, Quintus, it is still your causing of this. Because I didn't buy these drones. Would it be quicker to click remove all decorations? Shows you how much I do in here. There we go. That was a lot quicker, thank you. Much faster. Shit! What did I have here? That went... Did that go there? Okay. Well, at least that happened in that room and not this one, because these are slightly glitched into the floor because otherwise the bricks up on top. That really would have done me. Quit without saving? Ah, good point. Yeah. Alright. That's what we're doing. Let's log into Warframe for the 4th time today. And hope that worked. Or it might have automatically saved after hitting reset. How much plat did I waste on cleaning drones? 0. How much plat did Quintus waste on it? You ask him. I ain't doing that math for you. Cosmo, cheers. You certainly missed a lot in 40 minutes. Apparently you've missed nothing now. Alright. We're back in. We are indeed back in. Let's give it a try. Equipment. Orbiter. Decorate. Come on. Even with that one there, it saves it instantly. It just goes to show there is a very big lesson to be had in a very true saying. A little bit of knowledge is sometimes more dangerous than no knowledge at all. That little bit of knowledge, knowing there is a reset all decorations button. Not remembering that there are other decorations in the room. Yeah. I'll do it to you. I mean, Quintus... Oh. Did anyone notice the tiny one, by the way? Anyone notice there's been a tiny one going around this entire time? No? This entire time there's been one scaled right the way down. Quintus did not? Aww. Baby drone dude. No. That's my viewership just goes no. Let's not do that. Oh dear. I'm fairly certain a few people were just cursing me right there. Oh dear. Are the others scaled or regular? All these others are regular, with one large one somewhere. I might have already removed it, but there was one large one somewhere. Ah, here we go. Here's the big boy. You can see the height difference. You can see the girth. Oh dear. So yeah. I'm so sorry. It came to my, and it had to come out. I'm not even gonna say it, so anyone just tuning in has no idea why. But yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that's an idea, right, Ava? That is definitely an idea. Considering how long it takes to bloody take them all out of here. Not to mention the loading lag and FPS drop. Like, if you do exclamation mark specs, you'll see what the specs are of my computer. Yeah, it's no 4080 or whatever. But it's not weak. I'm not running a an ancient card. Can you place drones on the wall or ceiling? Honestly, not sure. I ran out of drones before I ran out of floor space. You literally just tuned into the girth, which means you evaded the most cursed thing I've said so far this stream, which is probably for the best. There we go. Potato, good for Warframe, bad for PC. Very true. Very true indeed, yes. Also, potatoes are bad for your, you know, evil masterminds, killer OSs. Only has about enough power to power the sarcastic clap function. Oh, Karacop's wanting to be 2035. Dom, you able to do the honors? I'm presently cleaning up the cleaning robots. As you do. Alright, now that we've removed all of those decorations in here. And some of you are probably looking as bored as this lad right now. I think that is all of the robots. Alright. Yeah, Zom slacking, Karakop. I'll just time you out myself. There we are. We'll just fire Zom. Okay. Let's have a look now. Do I have any in the helmet room? No. Right? Sure, no. Sure, no. I didn't. Did I? Do I? No. No. None in there. Alright, so let's turn on the FPS setting again. There we go. And let's turn off vertical sync again. And you can see that FPS is absolutely rocketing now. Even with a few animated things, we've got a few items going around. We've got the one stuck in the wall there. I'm still rocking a nice solid 140, 150 FPS. It's solid. It's absolutely solid in here. Kelton say, I've been playing without resource drop booster, drop chance booster. And is it me or does life support drop seem to be affected by it? It's you, mate. It's not. It's not a resource, so it's not affected. Still frame drops. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to still be happening. There is bits of geometry that can look like a frame drop. Like, you get bits here that looks like a frame drop, as you come up and around. So you have to watch out for things like that, where it's a sudden change in position. And that's why I'm trying to be very smooth with my movement. But yeah, like I said, it was happening in a mission as well. The drones were brain shelved for nothing. We go into that same assassination mission once again. We'll head into Tolstodge. Old Stodgy Stodge. Justice for Baby Drone. Well, Cosmo apparently doesn't care about any of the others, just the one that spawned a song.
Assassination contracts are not to be taken lightly. Eliminating this
Let me just kind of meander my way through this. That
search the area.
is it me, or was the stutter just as it fired at me?
Has lived under suspicion of
Hold on. If someone can clip that one, please. Unless I'm mistaken, it stuttered just as it fired. Maybe I'm wrong, and that's why we need the clip. Because I pointed out a stutter as well when one of those shield lancers bashed at me. And if that's the case, it might actually be tied to the animation effects of the AI, or whatever is handling or being handled when they attack. So stutters could be related to them making attacks. Because like such as most tileset transitions could also be related to that. So we're going to keep watching, seeing what happens. I'm going to smoothly just walk my way through. Because it could also be a shield break. Or not. I don't think it's going to be one specific thing, because everyone would have noticed it and complained about it. But it's enough that we are seeing it here. I mean, this is Warframe without sprinting either. If I go for the sprint, then it feels a little bit more Warframey.
Another dead Tenno.
But I'm trying to keep it smooth, so we can feel for when it's not me moving around that's causing it to be weird, but the game just screwing up. Yeah, change of elevation. Would Tenno Prime help identify stutters since the movements are very smooth? Probably, but it's just the general vibe of the environment we should be trying to focus on. Tenno is very fast. We want to capture the moments things are happening in as well. That was a stutter. That one guy gets shot. That was just a camera glitch. Camera glitch. So it's handling here. Seems to be okay. I don't want to blink because I'll blink and miss it. Prime shot footage just laughing in the face of that Xmas unit.
You're making this too easy.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
I mean, Dom, it could have been related. It could have been related, like that could have caused more of what was going on. I felt like I had a stutter there, but I wasn't moving around to make it more obvious.
You will join us one way or another.
My eyes won't dry out, Grilla. I'm fine. Come on. Any more indicators will be lovely. You're down for a no blink stream? Okay, I won't use Arcwing. Fair trade. Yeah, Warframe does feel very differently if you don't abuse the movement mechanics. If you take the lift, if you take a squishier frame, a not so instant killing weapon, Actually, even if you keep an instant killing one, but not something as devastating as a Foreman. You know, take a sniper rifle. And just kind of make your way through missions without the parkour. They tried doing a lockdown. Oh, that's cute. It feels like a different game. It definitely does. Takes you back to your early days as a newer player. Imagine being the Grenadier crew on the asteroid. Tenno's just leisurely jogging through, not caring about anything. A levitating robot casually burning random brothers. True. Because I definitely did not get 100 kills there myself. If I could see how many of those kills are my companion, that would certainly add to just how redonkulously strong Lavos is. But yeah, it's not my computer specs which are causing this. That's a fact. It is not my computer specs. And if we turn VSync back on, if I search for VSync again, words. Come on, again. We turn it on and confirm. Lovely. Alright, I'm going to test it again now, chat. I'm going to test it again. If I go VSync here, turn off. Yeah. It breaks it. There's a bug we can actually report. If you search for VSync and try to turn it off, it bugs out the menu, it freezes the whole thing because it tries to add in an extra row, but it's in a different tab. Alright, now I need to reload my game again. Bug discovered! Hooray! Achievement unlocked. Let me just restart the game. OD has fun reading all these reports? Yeah. How to kill Sergeant on Photos quick. Shoot him. Shoot him. The Sergeant is about equivalent to any other Corpus unit. I've killed it by accident. Seriously. I just tried to land next to him, and the damage from me landing killed him. I mean, I did land with a blade in his face, yes, but the fact that that was enough to kill him tells you the full story right there. Alright, we are back in. I'm going to stop trying to bug the game now, I think. Hopefully, maybe, probably. Probably going to stop trying to bug the game. And I'm inspired to just go to Phobos real quick and just accidentally the guy. Yeah, let's go accidentally him. Because I can. In fact, I'm going to see if I can kill him without killing him. Can I kill him without killing? Because I'm not going to do it. Let's see if my Sentinel is boss enough to deal with the boss. I mean, Sentinel already has 1 kill. 2 kills. 3 kills. My carrier is just killing as I'm moving through this mission. My carrier does not take prisoners. Didn't this already happen on prime time? Oh, on prime time I shot him. Before Rebecca got there, yes. Carrier's reloading. There we go. Yeah. He's dead. I'm just on my way out now. Carrier had to reload, but yeah, he's dead. Granted, this isn't Steel Path, but, you know, he just kind of... He unalived. I didn't fire a single shot there. Not one shot. Minute, 6 seconds, 26 kills. One of them a headshot. Somehow. Yeah. Do it Steel Path Fairy Grendel? You know what? Sod it, why not? Why not? What could go wrong? Actually, wonder how long it would take Taxon to kill with his starting weapon. Probably a lot longer.
The inbox has messages for the operator. Anything
Your actions have consequences. What actions? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything this time, chat. Not my fault. Okay? Not my fault. I just happened to be in the area. I went for a stroll. Not my fault. Stalker's gonna kill the carrier. Oh dear. Alright. Fairy Grendel. Not that one. That's good Grendel. That's Fairy Grendel. And general tankiness. Yeah, looks like general tankiness to me. Yep. Let's run with it. Glaive Prime. Is Glaive Prime modded for... Oh, no, it's modded for corrosive. Let's mod for life strike, just in case I do need the hit points. Just in case, chat. And let's do that again. Steel Path, level 113. What could possibly go wrong? I do not intend to fire a single shot. I will die rather than firing a single shot. Let's see if this works. It shouldn't. Let's be real now, chat. This shouldn't work. Can I kill the Sergeant on the Steel Path without firing a single shot myself? Moreover, how many kills will I end in total, having not fired a single shot? Just taking Fat Boy for a good old jog. Alright, there he is. Same position as last time. Is it? Alright, no, it's a different place, isn't it? He went invisible. That definitely does help him. I'm being attacked. I don't know where he is. Ah, here we go. Hi, mate. I'm just gonna help keep my carrier alive by running. Oh, he's gone. Ow. Ah. I'm taking electric procs and that is killing my carrier. Hi, mate. You thought you could restore your shields by going invisible? Yeah, it didn't work. Keep procs, mate. Oh no, carrier lost life. Carrier down. Carrier down life. Let's keep trying to kill him. And he's burning. Oh god, he's burning quick. Alright, the procs have run out. We just need him to become visible again. Here he is. He keeps on running a little bit further away, hoping it will save him. Carrier? What do we say about that? Here we say, not a damn chance. Still not fired a shot yet. Okay, he's gone invisible again. And he died whilst invisible. Steel Path. I haven't fired a single shot. I have not pressed left click at all this mission. I have not cast a single ability this mission.
It is done, Tenno.
And yeah, it took an extra minute. It took an extra minute. 9 other things died in the process. Next April Fool's, a Sergeant Guide. Oh dear. Need that build? Yeah, I can show you the build. I can show you the build. It's not really Carrier that is being amazeballs here. Carrier is still amazing. But the main workhorse here is Verglass. Its weapon. Or rather, the weapon that comes with Nautilus, which you get from Railjack, I believe. Or you can just trade from someone. But yeah, Verglass, modded as such. I have Prime Bane of Grenier on. Oh, imagine. Imagine if I'd switched to Prime... We gotta go do it now, chat. We've gotta go do it again. I was using the wrong Bane mod. Oh, no. Oh, this is just bullying. This is genuinely bullying. I don't know if I'm even using Fired Up, to be honest. I use the mod slots elsewhere.
We need to find the VIP and take them down. Do not let the target escape.
Oh, because of course, yeah, normally if you need to deal with anything, more DPS would be for the Grineer, right? Just ignore laser barriers because I'm Grendel, I'm fat, I got Prime Sure-Footed, what are you gonna do? It applies even when you're not on your feet. Maybe that's how they could nerf Prime Sure-Footed. Have to be on your feet. Yeah, I should probably stop suggesting random nerfs for things like Prime Sure-Footed. I think if any of them ever get implemented, I'm gonna get cancelled overnight, aren't I? More insulting to die to bullet jumps, not even a sentinel? Okay, we're not going that far. I'm not about to try and kill him with a bullet jump. Yeah. Exactly, Zon, exactly. Because, like, there are other Warframe passives which have mod equivalents. Hey, look at Equilibrium for Equinox. I'm still just jogging through. Alright. Let's start making this guy regret existence. Where are you going? Okay, he's regretting existence. That's where he's going. So we got 106 heat procs on him. His shield is absolutely shredded. Where's he at? Hey, there you are, mate. Got a laser beam for you. Think you might like it. 89 heat procs. Oh, that is... Oh, God, I'm dying. Can't just stand still like that. There's the entire point I've been running circles. Hey, mate. You've got so many ads around you. Yeah, they might actually die before I can shoot you again. Let's see here. Yeah, he's regenerating shields because there's so many other things to shoot. It's actually confusing poor little carrier here. And he's dead. He's dead. I'm also on close to full health again. Because strong. Yeah. Yeah. Just, yeah. Didn't even get to the point of using up a life on carrier. I'm not even trying to get out of there quickly. That was... So if anyone wonders why there are no strategy guides for the Sergeant, that is why. You don't need a strategy guide. You don't need anything. You just need a gun. The gun my Sentinel has is enough to kill the one on Steel Path. You just need a gun. There is no... And if that doesn't work, use more gun. No, just a gun. One gun, that's fine. What we're supposed to be doing this stream? Warframe, that's what. It's a Warframe stream. Not every stream has to be testing something in specific, Cosmo. Just a Warframe stream. So I'm saying I'll absolutely try to go for the Sergeant as a shitpost. Go ahead. Go ahead. Basically, the Sergeant is the unit that dies to vicious mockery. And it's all we bloody well do to him. It's all we bloody well do. Just as a quick little pokey pokey. Why am I missing... Where? This keeps happening. Mods just fall off. There we go. And when I say they fall off, they actually fall off because I take them off to test something and then forget that I took it off to test it, and so I never put it back on again. So there we are. Now my Sentinel is healing me again. So my Sentinel wasn't even healing me during that. Oh dear. What should you buy? Resource drop booster or drop chance booster? If you don't already have it, drop booster. It affects more stuff. It is just generally more useful to you. A drop chance booster will affect you and your whole squad, however, because it affects the drops from enemies, but it doesn't affect the drops from not enemies. So things like void traces, resource pickups that you get from lockers and from containers, those aren't affected by a drop chance booster. Mining, the drop chance booster will increase the number of gem spawns, but it won't increase the amount of gems you actually get. So a drop booster is the more powerful Drop chance booster is kind of the second one in the tier, but it's also squad wide. That's the way to look at it. How frequent is Mediray? Not very frequent, but enough that it actually kind of adds up. Alright, if we, let me grab Garuda real quick. Let me grab Garuda, I'll show you. What stats does the companion rhythm from Simularis have? It's just a rhythm mod, so it has whatever you roll it into. And of course, it can be for any of the companion weapons, so it might not be for what you want. Yeah, let's quickly pop into the Simulacrum, just for a quick demo. I'll be honest, I don't know the exact time period between heals. I'd look at the wiki, but... Okay, so it's healing me at the moment. You can see that green shimmer. Healing has stopped. I'm at 89 health. So when I start gaining health again, that's the Mediray happening. I don't have a ticker timer counter on screen, but you know, you can see for yourself how long the stream's taking along. Give yourself a few idea. And there we are. A few seconds later. What was that, like 10 seconds? There's 22 on my counter here. 32, 33, 4, 5, 6, 37. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it's 15 seconds, like Wiki says. 15 seconds between the end of one healing pulse and the start of the next. 15 seconds. And the healing that it does, put a quick little reminder under there, is it heals 12% health over 4 seconds. So effectively, it heals 12% over 4 and then waits 15 seconds. That's 12% over 9. So 12% divided by... Sorry, 19, not 9. So it will heal you for an average of 0.6% of your health every second. 0.6% every second, which is pretty low. It's pretty low. On something like Garuda here, 740 max health, 740 times by that, what do you call it? Yeah, 740 times 12, divided by 1900. I've done something wrong there. Ah, yeah, 1900. Comes out to just 4.7 health per second on average. Which, dare I point out, is, yeah, it's faster than this aura. It is faster than the aura. Now, if you put that onto something with quite a substantial amount of health, like, you know, Lavos has here, 0.6% per second may not sound like a lot, but when you've got 2,140 health, divide by 1900 times 12, that still comes out to 13.5 hit points per second on average from the Sentinel there, including that gap time. So it does keep you topped up. Every 15 seconds, you just a little bit more health, little bit more health. It's no Arcane Grace. That is substantially stronger. It's 10 times as strong. But yeah. The aura's always active. The aura is always active, but then the Sentinel's always active. If you've got the aura, you then haven't got something like enemy radar or corrosive projection. But yeah. At 0.6 per second, if you have a frame of a typical 300 health, it's giving you 1.8 hit points per second on absolute average. It comes in bursts, but 1.8 health per second average. That's less than a single regen shard. So it is very, very small healing, granted. It is very, very small, but it is very, very cheap. It is at full drain, 3 drain on the Carrier Prime. It's a silver mod with 5 pips. Not an Archon shard. No weekly thing you have to work your way through. Not taking up an aura slot. It's this slot right here. So yeah. Hey bro, nice fashion. Can I show more? Nope, not really. You're lucky to get much in the way of fashion out of me. This is my Lavos. This is about the best I've ever put together in terms of fashion. Stuff kind of goes downhill from there. My Wukong, I just increased the saturation. My Equinox, I just went white and gold and called it a day. It's whites and greys and gold, and then I called it a day. White and gold and grey and called it a day. And white and grey and gold, oh, and some blue and called it a day. And white and gold and blue and called it a day. And are you seeing a pattern here? Because we're going to break it. Oh, made something actually slightly... I hit random a few times until it looked nice. And then I went for white and gold and called it a day. Just the Arcane colour palette? Basically, yeah. Because it works! You know? It works. This one I went for a slightly dustier look. I felt it fit the theme a little bit better. That was meant to look like a noob. Like, they got a couple bits of armor on there, but otherwise kind of newbie. Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Yeet Loki, designed to look like a sentient. Grey and gold, but otherwise the same. White and gold and grey with a bit of blue. Copper Volt. Volt I actually put some effort into. Decided, yep, you know, the coppery tones. I got something close to it on a randomize and then just worked with the idea and ran it together. Because, you know, that actually works. White and gold and blue. I saw that I could go for a Tron-like theme and I just ran with it. So there I put in effort. But we got a couple where there's some effort happening. Not many. Zaku, yeah, that actually is just a randomized color palette. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with Zaku. I stopped hitting random and gave up. This is literally a randomizer job. They don't like me for it. White and gold and blue. Chat got angry that I wasn't doing anything with Uraeli, and so I gave Uraeli something. She is no longer a depressed lily pad. She is now a microwave piece of lettuce. But hey, she looks at least like a Warframe now, rather than a lost girl. I still hate her guts. Turned up the saturation, nothing else. I imagined, what if green? I imagined, what if red? White and gold. You can see the main theme. What if red again happened? I think this one was just the white and gold, but then I got the skin, applied it, and it looked okay enough. I called it a day. And I think that one, this really shows how much effort I'm putting in. Oh yeah, no, it's the white and gold again, yeah. It's white and gold, a copy for a weapon, it just happens to look this way on it. So yeah, there you go. Zaku's kind of hard to fashion frame? Yeah, true. Yeah. Why not make a watermelon Uraeli? Why would I? Why would I make a watermelon Uraeli when I have the wrong frame out? When I have a Voltamelon. A Voltamelon dipped in mayonnaise, don't forget. You know, we got the wispy white ephemera here. It looks a lot better when you haven't got very reduced visual effect intensity, but this is the Voltamelon. Someone complained about the lack of customization I had on my Volt Prime, and so I made a Voltamelon. Yeah. Voltamelon based on fruit. Based on someone who's on the stream quite a few times, back when we did Among Us. That was whack. They were always eating watermelon on stream. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. They like their watermelon. I don't know why they were always eating it on stream. You unironically dig Voltamelon. You know what, Zom? Every day I continue to be unsurprised by you, but at the same time, slightly concerned for you. Making Grendel that looks like a blueberry? Why would anyone do that? What kind of Sanic nonsense is that? Like, you've got Grendel with his Nyan skin here, where you can actually make him look pretty damn regal. Or you can go for something absolutely redonkulous, like, you know, this. Whatever this is. Why would you need a blueberry? Like, why would you need to go for a really shitty Sonic cosplay? Like... Of course I already had that there. Of course, there was a blue Grendel after the fairy Grendel. Come on now. Who doesn't look at Grendel, go into Rollerball and go, that should be blue. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright, now, earlier on, before we decided to get absolutely carried away with all the bajillion bugs in this game, and let's face it, there are a few. In fact, are my snakes broken? My snakes are broken, aren't they? Yeah, my snakes are broken. That is... Okay, cool, yeah. As I say, before we got distracted again by how broken Warframe can be, there was a request from Korokop to have a look at some Vorben action. He got 2035? True, should I actually do this then? Seems he got 2035. He can't even ask for this or say that he wanted it or anything. No, we'll still do it. We'll still do it. I mean, he asked to be 2035, but it doesn't mean we have to ignore everything he's done. However, he did ask for the Tesla grenade thingamajiggy. I think he wanted the ornament. Can I get it?
These offerings are pure.
No, not that. Okay.
These are our best.
Vorben. That's not how you spell it. Hey, Tesla Bank. Is that the one? Is one? Probably. It's Tesla Bank. Tesla Nervous Augment. While a target has a Nervous attached, any damage dealt to it will be absorbed by the Nervous and channeled into an 8-meter burst of electric on death. Vorben, you mean Grendel? I'm messing with y'all. Of course, no one's gonna. Yeah, there's probably someone. Given how many people there are in this chat, there's now someone imagining if they could make a post on whatever the lewd Warframe subreddit is these days. Because didn't one get closed? Fairly certain one got closed. Alright, so I need a little bit more standing before we do that. So, let's go get a little bit of standing. Let's go get that away we can get it. Lavos strong. Let's go get some standing. Actually, no, not Lavos. You know how I was going to do that quickly? Just something that can get lots of kills. Something that can just get lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of kills. There we go. Hey, do you want in for lots of kills? I'm going ESO. Send me a message. Alright, Korokop. Was it with the augment? That is very important. Was it with the augment? Because I'm literally about to go get the augment. And if anyone else would like to join me on a quick round of Elite Sanctuary Onslaught whilst I get the standing necessary to get the augment, just send me a message in game. I'll bring you onto the squad. Let me check. I'm going to need to change my pledge to be able to actually do this.
The odds are in our favor now.
There we go. To actually be able to get this in time, I am going to need to do that. Alright, let's get cracking. Why not run the Syndicate mission to ignore the standing cap? That sounds like more effort. Because I could just go in and nuke this mission. Which sounds like less effort, more rewarding. You gotta remember, Warframe is a game designed to be cheesed. What are we here? Oh yeah, we're good at cheesing it. We are good at absolutely cheesing it. I mean, I did just kind of kill the sergeant by standing next to him as Fairy Grendel. It's all downhill from there. You're curious about Tesla Focus Warben against high-level portals? I mean, we'll see how it goes. As soon as we can, we'll see how it goes. It always amuses me just how ridiculously powerful this build is, by the way. Like, I just kind of, again, fly near the enemies, just end up in their general vicinity, stuff dies, and I get loads of XP. Any minimum effort ESO of the Mirage Vault Sarin? I mean, those three are pretty much the top tier. You can also go for a Thermal Sunder Harrow. Apparently that works quite well. But mostly those three are the absolute top three for it, yeah. You'll struggle to see people outdoing them. There's a frame I brought out the other day that's doing quite well kills. What was that one? Oh, who was it? What did I use the other day that was absolutely smashing through ESO? Because there was one, but I can't remember what it was. It wasn't one of the standard three. And it was still giving everyone a run for their money. Styanax? I mean, Styanax could be good, but I don't know if he was... No, he wasn't the one. I don't know. Mirage, Ember... Not sorry, Ember. Mirage, Volt, Sarin, they are the tops. They know how to do it well. Almost regardless of what tile you get. Because there are some frames which can do well on specific tiles, and on others they just suck. In ESO, you kind of want to handle whatever tiles it gives you, because otherwise you'll get some weeks where the first 2 rounds you just suck. And that's no good to anyone. Yeah, the Nova bit got nerfed. Yeah. That was always getting nerfed. It was never intended to be quite that strong, obviously. I mean, I say that like we know what's intended. Let's be real now, we don't. D can be quite opaque when it comes to intention sometimes. Alright then, what did I get? I got 7,000. I'm at 25k. Yeah, I've got enough. That's what I needed. I got everything I needed already. Easy peasy. Did I sing again, or were we safe for now?
You are running out of time.
Come on, I don't sing that often. Didn't help that it's subsumable, so any frame could do it. Yeah, that definitely didn't contribute to keeping the superpower around, did it? Oh, what was it I was using the other day though that absolutely slammed home on the ESO for a bit? I can't remember. That's really bugging me now. It's really bugging me. I'm going to try and refresh my memory here. Oh yeah, Equinox is another good one. It's not what we're using, but Equinox is another good one. Because of course the scaling damage nuke that she can do, that is absolutely ridiculously bonkers. No. Wasn't... Of course. Endless, Disco, Revenant, Prime. Of course it was. That's why it was recent and so fresh in my mind. Burning. What was it? There's all the people like who'll post in various places and say, "Oh, the Dance Macabre, it's a terrible ability." Blah, 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 blah. Also, the number of people who like to tell me, "No, Ken, it's called Dance Macabre." I'm like, "No, you're American. You got it wrong. It's from a French word. Might as well pronounce it as close to the French way as you can." Okay. Use English traditional here, not English simplified. Thank you very much. Macabre. And I demonstrated quite simply and plainly, it does work. No, Max Madge, no. No, not like that. So yeah, spinny rev is also another way of doing things. It's still pretty ridiculous in terms of how little effort it takes. In fact, you press 4 and just make sure your Mesmer skin doesn't run out. That's how that works. Alright then. Bourbon. Dr. didn't say, "Hi, I was wondering if you knew if primary kit guns are supposed to have 1.0 disposition." Yeah, it's not a bug. If they have 1.0, they have 1.0. The kit guns, certainly the primaries, aren't in the biggest favour at the moment. There are certain secondaries which are in good favour, but most of the primaries are just kind of, eh.
Welcome to
Fix
our
that back.
family.
Does Dance Macabre get refracted by bullet attractor? I do not believe it is affected. It's just a laser beam. Laser beam just kind of laser.
These are our best.
Okay, Vorburn, Tesla Bank, purchase. Let's see how we're making this work then for Karakop. Do I have a build slot available? No. Now I do. Okie dokie. First things first, let's just throw in an aura and we'll take it from there. It's got a dash polarity. My favourite. Corrosive projection. Actually, we're going up against Corpus. That's a bad idea. Drag something. What did I drag? Hopefully nothing important. Enemy radar. Let's go with that for now. So, augment Tesla Bank. Let's pop you into here and let's immediately rank that up. Tesla Bank. Make you good. There we are. Back to this, please. Where did it go? Okay. So, Tesla Nervos, augment, radius 8 meters, picks up the damage we deal to it. So we're probably going to want range on that. We just start off with a narrow-minded. That's the wrong one. With an overextended. Now, the damage that's absorbed, is that affected by strength? It's not showing in-game. What does the wiki say? Tesla Bank. Warframe, specifically, please, Google. Thank you. Damage is unaffected by ability strength. Perfect. Okay, so we can dump our strength for this. Why not use a legendary core to level up Tesla Bank? Pfft, it's no ammo drum. Now, for this, Archon Stretch would be a pickup as well, wouldn't it? Abilities that deal electricity damage, restore energy. Okay. I might as well rank this up fully. It's about time. Normal stretch, but 2 energy per second. 2 million credits. 40,000 endo. Yeah, it's a scam. Absolutely fleecing us on that one. 2 energy per second. Guess we're going to charge you 40,000 endo for it. Hey-ho. There we are. That's on today now. So that'll give us plenty of range on this. That's now an 18.8 media radius. And being able to do that is just such a dream. It is nice to be able to just decide to upgrade stuff and call it a day. You do reach a certain point in this game where you're just like, yeah, okay, guess I'll do that now. I'm going to just put some generalized defense onto it, rolling guard. As I said, we don't need strength on this. What we can do instead is give ourselves some prime continuity. Although, yeah, prime continuity gives us a number of charges. That's going to last longer. Excellent. That's what we're looking for. That is going to be nice indeed. Let's give ourselves some energy, just as a matter of course. And, why not, Arcane Avenger? What could go wrong? Do I still have the statues in the bedroom, or did someone finally claim melt all? Kelvin, someone did indeed melt them all down. However, they didn't just melt them all down. They didn't want to wait for the channel points, and so decided to melt them all down with bits. Yeah. I can tell it's been a while for you. That has been a while now. It doesn't look crazy in here at the moment. Earlier on, for performance reasons, we actually removed all the drones, but they decided to replace every single statue with a drone. A domestic drone. All of them. All 267 statues were replaced with a drone. Kind of bonkers. Alright then, let's see. That's where we're at the moment. We've got that. It basically just wants range and duration, mostly range. I suppose I could put more range onto this. Let's go with, not stretch, auger reach. Yep, why not? There we go. How often do a player the 75 plats coupon? It's random verb. We don't know the numbers on how often, but it's random. In fact, I think I got one of those as an offer about a week ago. Oh, coupon available. Maybe I got one a day ago. Yeah. Well, that might be a 50% one. I think I got one a week ago. Didn't use it. I know. Okie because I don't really need efficiency. It's a 25 drain ability. What am I going to need efficiency for on that? I could go for just some basic flow up in this. Just so I've got the energy to cast other abilities, I suppose. And Keldon, thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime. You're up onto 6 months now. You got your lovely golden badge. I appreciate it, my dude. Cheers. Is the Master a good weapon? Not really, no. Not to my knowledge. I don't think I've ever seen someone using it in the wild. That's how much. Could grab a spectral siphon for energy generation. I could do, but I don't need it, Zom. I really don't need it. I've got... It's a 25 energy cast. I really don't need more energy. Especially with Energize going around. I'm fine. Why is the Tatsu Prime handle avoiding you? Because you didn't sacrifice a goat. Come on now, guys. Like, there are some questions which should be obvious. You know, I'm just going to throw on Prime Chauffeur and call it a day. Oh no, we are going to be up against Steel Path. I should probably try to defend more, shouldn't I? We'll see. We'll see what I need to do. For now, let's just do this. Yeah, we'll just stick with these builds. I'll use the Glade Prime to kill stuff. Cephalon, as I am testing out a build for Korokop, I am going to drop you out of the squad. To be honest, I forgot you were still there. So, yeah, hope you don't mind on that. Let's test this on Exterminate. Let's do this. Using introduction system does not let you trigger bot. Apparently not, no. Yeah, if you change your message into an introduction rather than a message, it doesn't trigger the bot. That is news to me as well. Omar, you're going to need to retry that one, my dude. You attempted to introduce yourself with, I want a ticket. The bot apparently does not recognize that authority. We learn new things every single stream, chat. Every single stream. Go! Go, my pretties! What was that? I'm sorry. Why did everything just die? Tesla Bank, it takes damage. I didn't get around to shooting them. I hadn't shot those first ones. They just exploded. I don't know what killed them. They just died. It shouldn't have worked. Strength from range for Tesla Bank nuke? No, you don't want to go strength. It doesn't scale off strength. But it goes off the damage that you're dealing. Yeah. And does that invalidate having the Tesla banks on them? Oh, hello. Let me get you out of there, mate. Thanks. Okay, no, it still exploded because it broke something up there. Okay, so it can hit them. Doesn't it scale off strength or add a multiplier? Nope. We checked that earlier. That's why I've done strength. I don't think I needed to put out new ones, but whatever, I have now. Good. Oh, of course they've got the freaking... Is it protective one? Ugh. No one likes your fakes, mate. Oh, this is embarrassingly slow. Stop being a problem. I'm gonna die. I've got no— oh, bollocks, didn't notice that one that hadn't been stunned. I've got none of the stacks on my foreman because everything dies to the Teslas instead. There we go.
Know the cool caress of your crowns.
Yeah. Galvanized mods don't like it when you kill by things that aren't your weapon. It's one issue I've always had with the Galvanized mods. It's like the idea of a stacking bonus seems cool at first, but it says if you do anything other than continuously kill, 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 bleh. Spiral Slash against Corpus? Well, normally if you have enough damage from your stacks, it's fine. Because you just go past their shields, it has no damage. Oh, why am I even shooting this guy? It's Steel Path, they cheat. Yeah, normally speaking it works. You can see as you don't use the mods in boss fights, but most bosses will have ads going on around them. And if not, then it just makes the boss fights even harder than they should be, comparative. Makes Steel Path harder than you expect. Just throws you off entirely from whatever you thought was going on. But yeah, it does look like the Tesla nuke it's capable. It's basically marked for death, but it keeps happening. That's what I describe it as. Marked for death, but you only cast it once and it keeps happening. Okay, and then nullifiers happen. I keep feeling like I need to keep casting it, and I don't. Look for whoever gets stuns. There's stuns. Ah. And then it should roll towards new targets. Where's it going? They should be somewhere. I've got 3 of them still active. Where are they? Ah, they're over here. That is a downside. A little bit harder to control where they go and what they do. Because they don't show on the minimap. You honestly didn't think it would work at all? Well, it's nice of you to ask me to do something you didn't think would even work. Oh, nullifiers! Seriously! Wow. That is surprisingly effective. No, thank you, Energy Leech. Not a fan. Shit. Didn't realise my shields had dropped. Oh no! It killed them all! How am I supposed to live as use my operator to respawn if it kills them all? That should have counted! Oh. I somehow survived. Shooting the Acolyte as operator. And now I'll just use Glaive Prime, because Glaive Prime is OP. This is well stronger than I expected, not gonna lie. Well stronger than I expected. And I'm only using Tesla Bag and occasionally a Vortex. I'll have fires! Shock Eximus Nullifier! There we go. Didn't die once. Pulled out the operator once, but didn't die once. And to say this is a build I literally just threw together, it's basically just give me the range, maybe a little bit of duration, and I suppose rolling guard. That's it, that's the build. Range, duration, rolling guard.
You are a blade.
I was surprised.
Strike. You strike to win.
I was surprised. Now the question is, will this work against the Grineer? Actually, no, I've got a better question, because the Grineer armor... Actually, that's a boring question, because Grineer armor is a dick. Will this work against the Infested nicely? I was saying, excuse me for this. Name is Omar, I'm from Turkey. I'm a mechatronic engineer as well, and love your content for a while now. I especially admire your graphs and scientific methodology used to approach a topic on every videos. May I ask which engineering you're occupied by? None. I'm a Kengineer, not an engineer. The Kengineer is as correct a name as mad scientist is when applied in movies. Because your typical mad scientist, as you see them, they're designing these great contraptions to try and take over the world. They're not doing any actual science. No actual science whatsoever. All they're doing is they're creating crazy toys like death rays and sharks with freaking laser beams on their head. So that name for them, mad scientist, is completely wrong. They're mad engineers. Likewise, as much as the Kengineer might suggest I am some kind of engineer, actually, as you said yourself, I'm far more into the scientific side of things. It's a bit of a misnomer. And as Zon points out, really, the name Kengineer, or the Kengineer, is derived from Team Fortress 2. It is a homage to that. It happened there, and it's stuck with me ever since as a username. That the engineer, with my name added in, Ken, becomes the Kengineer. And it just works. We replace the space with a K and call it a day. And I didn't even intend that rhyme there, but it works. Oh. I see Wally likes having his head bashed in today. Yep, smack. And back the other way, smack. Oh, if you tilted your head just slightly later, it would have looked like you got knocked by the item. Oh, that could have been brilliant. Yes, Gorilla. Well, that is actually true. That is the origin of the Kengineer. Like, it was back during university time. I was playing Team Fortress 2 with a few friends of mine, and they'd gone a little bit drunk, you know. They had quite a bit of box wine available, and so they started, for some reason, just renaming various bits of their inventory after me, kind of weirdly. The direct hit became the direct Ken. The Litranja became the Likenja. Things like that. And I was playing Engineer at the time, so I decided to change my in-game username to the Kengineer. It just fit so perfectly, and I rolled with it. It's like, yeah, this is a good nickname. Okay, it's mine. It's mine now. Yeah, Zon, that was a while back now. That was a while back. How many shards do I have? As many as you can get so far. As many as you can get so far, bugs aside. If you think about it, the Kengineer, it with everything that I do on this channel, it just fits. The kind of experience you'd expect to get from a channel called The Kengineer is almost exactly the experience you get when you come to this channel. There are sometimes you'll come across some names for things and it doesn't really connect. But yeah. What about practical problems? Okay, you know what? There are a lot of people here who just... You're too new school. You're too new school. I'm actually going to have to open up YouTube, of all places. I'm going to have to help you guys out here. Let me just get this loaded up. Make sure we got no ad in the way. There we go. Flashbang time. Actually, it's a black screen, but whatever. In case anyone is curious.
Hey, look, buddy. I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Not problems like what is beauty, because that would fall within the purview of your conundrums of philosophy. I solve practical problems.
And there you go. Roll credits. That's it. Roll credits. No, I'm not becoming a React streamer. This is an origin story, not a transition away from good old Warframe content. There you go. For anyone who is not yet initiated into understanding where it comes from, what it is a homage to, there you are. I solve practical problems. Not problems such as what is beauty, hence my distaste for fashion, for that would fall within the purviews of pure philosophy. I solve practical problems. Such as, how am I going to stop some mean mother from tearing me a structurally superfluous new behind? The answer, use a gun. And if that don't work, use more gun. Like this. Super powered laser beam, designed by me, built by me, and your best hope. Not pointed at you. Yes, I do love the Meet the Team series. That is why Meet Equinox was the first proper Warframe video on the channel. Switch to later? No, I switched to the one where I designed the parts. I chose the parts to go together in it, Zom. Of course I was going to switch to that right there. Think it through, Zom. I'm not just slightly accurate on this here. Basically quoted the entire video. I basically just didn't do the screams and the beeps of the sentry there. Oh dear. Oh dear. You watched me Technox earlier? Yeah. It's a cringy video. It is definitely a cringy video. What the gaze parts? There's your top, split, and bottom. That's not it. Chamber, loader, and grip. There you go. Anyway, I think we should do some more Warframe. Did your request just turn into a small research? I mean, your request turned into, let's show you what it can do then. And it became a thing. Yeah, I was wondering, how did it fare against the Infested? Let me try it against the Infested. I want to do that. I didn't actually do that against the Infested. Let's do it against the Infested. Yo. Voby. Fallen. With your absolutely redonkulous whatever this is. Then what's Infested or normal Infested? Normal. Armor will wreck this, I'm sure. Might don't know I'm wrong on that, but armor will probably wreck it. Let's do a defense mission. Let's get spicy. Because this does not feel like a defense-ready build. Where is it? Where is it? Where's it? There it is. This could probably go very, very wrong, but let's try it. Because if you put this onto a frame that goes invisible as well, ooh, I could get
These foes deserve your respect. Honor them.
Or with max range. I mean, true, yeah. If I really struggle, I can just, you know, pop down a vortex and call it a day, can't I? Yeah. Alright. Charge up. Power up. Go, my little Pokeballs. Tell me who to shoot whilst I just put down a safety zone here. If they die because my Sentinel kills them, well... Yeah, that seemed effective. Yeah, what does the Augment do? So the Augment... Oh, let me just turn up the settings. Actually kind of hard to see why everything's dying. So the Augment means that if the Tesla is attached to something, damage it takes, it's turned into... Oh god, I'm gonna die. I don't have the energy! The damage it takes is turned into an explosion once it runs out. Oh god. Those things exploding are such a problem. Yeah, target take damage, target become a bomb on death. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Yeah. Can we affect these ones here? There we go. Oh, I don't know which ones are targeted. It does make it hard to tell which ones to shoot. Because I mean, I can just shoot them generally, but I kind of want to get the correct ones, you know? I think the Disruptors are also messing with the damage a bit there. What's the best build for Gara Prime, Core Prime, Frost Prime? I think at that point, mate, if you're asking for that many builds at once, you should probably be checking out my YouTube channel. Especially for Core Prime, considering I definitely have a build. A video specifically for her. Did I do Gara yet? I haven't done a Frost video yet, but I have definitely done the Korra one. I think I've got Gara. Okay. I might be missing something, but this doesn't seem as devastatingly good. Maybe if the enemies get one shot, it doesn't have the same effect? I've done the Gara one? Okay. I assume that's what you mean by Gara is released. Or, wait. Oh, it's an old command. Oh. Wow, yeah, that is an ancient-ass command. Let me get rid of that one. Sorry, one sec there. What the f... How did that slip through my process? There we are. I fixed the Gara command now. I fixed the Gara command. I don't know if I have a Gara video. In fact, I don't have a Gara video to link, because otherwise it would have already been there. So there you go. Alright, so let's just bundle them all up. Let's put a load of Tesla Nervos into there. And see if they kill themselves. Let's give them some encouragement. Don't know if it's really doing what I'm hoping for. Maybe I'm missing something about why it was working against the Corpus, but it doesn't seem to be having the same effect here. Like I say, it's hard to know who to shoot for when I can't see which one's attached. Not easily. I look like a UFC fighter? I can tell you, I definitely do not look like a UFC fighter. Anything other than face, if that's all you're going by. I am practically physically two-dimensional. I turn sideways, the camera will loose out of me. Why test an so far? Can stretch, not regenerate energy a lot? I don't know. What are you going through on that one, mate? Let's see, I'm gaining 2 energy per second, as the mod suggests. 2 energy per second. I've also got Arcane Energize helping me out, which might be doing more than you were expecting. Oh, balls, I touched the toxin. But I'm alive. Now everything else die, please. Oh, that is a mean guy right there. And that mean guy has stopped existing. There we are, job done.
What you have learned here will serve you well.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with the build there. Against the Corpus, it was surprisingly effective, but against the Infested there, it actually seemed to be a little bit of a liability trying to get it to work. Not sure on that one. Just felt like a liability, with the targeting, knowing what to target, and Infested health balls be what they are, yeah. Are you able to join the games? When I am not testing something specific, when the missions are open for people to join in, absolutely. I'll let you guys know as and when I'm doing a mission. You guys can join in on. I always do that. So we've done the request there from Karakop. Now, Kurosuke said, bless me with some Anaros gaming so we can beg D to rework him. Nope. No, I'm not going to give you a request on that, Kurosuke. Because if I just bring up the pick a frame real quickly here. Pick a frame. Request a frame for the next mission and what you'd like to see, e.g. a Lavos mecha build. Troll picks and inappropriate choices may be declined. That is an inappropriate choice. I'm not here to petition DE to do anything, actually. I don't work for DE. I'm just a content creator. So, I'm going to say no on that one. That's not a specific build, that's just you're not happy with him, you want DE to fix him. That should be a forum post. I'll send you points back on that. That's not a reason to play an Aros. In fact, that's a reason not to play an Aros if you don't like him. Alright, you know what? I feel like I should work towards some of the missing prime bits and pieces. Let's work towards some of the missing prime bits. Because, let's not... let's do it this way. We've got the Tatsu and Phantasma again. Now, Tatsu, let's see. Tatsu, I do not have the blueprinters yet. I do not have the blade. I do not have the handle. So I have nothing Tatsu. So let's work on that. Would anyone like to join me on getting Tatsu? Car crop limitations are as much as the option shows you there. Obviously, you don't just find reasons to click it, but yeah. Yeah, if you want to join in on farming up Tatsu, send me a message in game. I'll bring you on into the squad and we'll take it from there. That was an earlier one. Oh, but there they are. They're also wanting it now. Perfect. Bring you in. Bring you in. May not have the relics. Well, if you don't have the relics, I will be happy with you because you... Tatsu. Cosmo saying they'll join. Just a sec. Yeah, sure. Unless someone beats you to the punch. Hey, there we go. We got a full squad. Wait, no, we haven't. Oh, right, yeah. One sec. Cross play. There we go. All right. Can you join? Unfortunately not now. The squad is full. We got our 3 invites. Failed apparently. Let's try that again. I mean, if it fails for Cosmo, then you'll be able to join if you send your message through. But if Cosmo can come in, then Cosmo's in. Cosmo has not got in. Apparently it's not working for Cosmo. Oh, okie dokie. Well, I'm going to send Cosmo another one. If it doesn't work another time, then I'm going to need a new 4th person. We're going to need a new 4th person to message through. And Quintus would like us to bring out a speedy vault. Alright. We can do that. Let me grab me vault. Bop, there it is. Make sure he has a power build. Oh, these builds. I mean, I can go for that one, but that's... I thought I had a much higher strength build than all of these. Yeah, this is capacitance and shock trooper? Was I testing something? I was probably testing something. Let's switch you in. Let's take you out. Line range will not currently fit. Oh wait, this is a raw build. What? I must have broken my super bad one for that. Okay. I mean, this is still decently strong. It's decently strong. I'll run with it. Whatever. You message in game as a queue in case a place clears up. I suppose you can, yeah. I mean, at the moment, no one's done it. At the moment, no one has sent the message through, so unless Cosmo works this 4th time, 5th, 6th time, whichever time it is. Is there a reason to have more than one of the same Warframe for the average player? For the average player, probably not. Because by the time you encounter any of the reasons you'd want one, I wouldn't consider you average. Ain't working. Alright, cool. There you go. Bad Sport can join instead. So the reasons you'd want a second Warframe would be, firstly, you run out of loadout slots. Because you can get up to 6 slots here, and if you run out of those, you'll need to have a new Warframe to keep on adding the slots to the same frame. If you need a loadout with a different polarization, to say like right here, I've already got 2 dashes, 2 Vs, and a D. If you had a build which specifically required you to have only 1 dash polarity, if you needed the others to be other things, if it's just breaking it or something, then you'd need another Warframe. And finally, if you wanted the same ability infusion from Helminth on 2 different slots, you need a different Warframe. Let me show you what I mean by that. If I pop into here, say I wanted to put Aqua Blades onto my Vault here, I can hit the infuse ability, I can choose which one I'm replacing. Say I could be replacing my Shock on something, and I can choose which of the loadouts to apply that to. But in order to apply Aqua Blades to Shock on A and Speed on B, I'd actually need a whole different Warframe. Because once you apply it to Shock on any of your loadouts, the only option remaining then on Aqua Blades is remove infusion. So yeah. Do Archon Shards also get A, B, and C configs? I'm not aware of any configs for Archon Shards, it's just on the frame itself. No configs here. Yeah, there's also if you wanted a different lens, you're very right, without the E on the end, as you mentioned, your spelling. Yeah, if you wanted a different lens, you could remove the lens and put one on, the new one, but if you wanted to keep switching on the same frame, then yeah, you need 2 frames of the same type. So for a normal player, there isn't any reason to have duplicates of the same frame. Obviously, if you've got a Wukong and a Wukong Prime, there's a reason there, 2 lots of mastery, but you won't need 2 Wukong Primes, you won't need 2 Lavoses, you won't need 2 Revenant Primes, that kind of thing. Another reason can be shards. Shards all give positive bonuses. Unless you're putting on plus shield shards, there's not really a downside to having shards on there, and even then you can take them off for a resource cost. On standby, yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's do the Tatsu. Let's go do Tatsu. Let's see then, what we got available to us. That one right there, that looks perfect. Gorilla, no, not quite Helminth, because it's not having to have... you're not having duplicates of the frame. You had one, you got rid of it, and then you get it back. Or you go and replace it with the Prime. You're not having 2 at the same time, really. You missed your 1-year anniversary here? Ah, that's fortunate, Vantakiller. But hey, thank you very much for being here for a year, my dude. Tatsu, I forget which relic you're in. Let me search. There we go. And this one does not need to be upgraded because it is a common reward. So when you has multiple Octavius, they can have more mana chord song sets. See, again, definitely not an average player right there. Bloody hell. Runs out of Manticore song slots, builds another Octavia. I mean, that's quite something. That is quite something. You got a bunch from ESO, they're all Radiant. It'll still work. It'll still work. The chance of getting what we want will be a lot lower on your Radiant one, but it's not like it's the end of the world. Despite popular opinion, a Radiant relic doesn't mean it's guaranteed to give you something silver or gold. Pumpkin Joker, say hi, how are you? And to be honest, I'm having trouble getting Korra Prime Blueprint, I'm presuming? Went through about 6 strikes for you. So sorry to hear you had some bad luck on that, my dude. I hope it drops soon for you. I'm doing alright though, thank you very much for asking. Zap the area. We got a Spinny Revenant and I'm running a Speed Vault. Cephalon Rage is probably having the best time of their life. Look at them go. Look at them go! I lost track of them. Oh, if I get a strength boost on my Vault here with the reactant buff, you are gonna be speeding. Relax, you do not need the energy loss. And I did. I did. Cephalon Rage, you just became the fastest carousel of death the world has ever seen. I mean, maybe not quite that far, but I'm basically just falling through the mission. You can't control yourself? None of us can. This isn't sprinting, this is walking speed. I'm not sprinting. This is walking speed. Hey, tattoo, first time. Oh dear. Imagine if we had to Titania. Well, after that, we wouldn't have. Is there a speed limit in Warframe? Not that I'm aware of, no. If you want to go fast, you go fast. If you want to go faster, you go faster. If you want to teleport from one side of the map to the other, all you need is line of sight and wisp. You can teleport. There is a Warframe which can shrink itself down Ant-Man style, but it becomes a pixie instead. And then can go at 550 miles per hour if you really set it up hard enough. Yeah. Alright, well, one Tatsu piece down. Let's go get the others. Let's have a look at the others. Tatsu. Alright then, I've got some Radiant Relics already, and that is a uncommon piece, so that sounds lucky. So Neo T6 next. Neo T6. Just to let the squad know. Vault speed is always a good pickup for these kinds of missions. Let's just keep doing that. Neo Defense. Is that all we got? Ew. What's Steel Path got for us? Anything better? Neo Exterminate, much better. There we go. Much, much better. Oh, is it 550 meters per second? Sorry, my bad, yeah. Not 550 miles per hour, 550 meters per second. So yeah, someone crossed the plains in 4 seconds. The whole plains. Oh, is that your normal build you did it, Kelvin? Oh, well, fair enough. I thought it was maxing it out. Crikey. Yeah, there you are then. Titania go burr. There is no max speed. Titania go burr. Any opinions on skirmish missions for cracking relics? Skirmish. Oh, you mean doing the railjack missions? I mean, you can do them. Railjack is great for having a lot of rewards and decent payouts for those, but it's not the best at anything. So I'll do them from time to time, but more often than not, I'll open up relics not in railjack. I've reached the point in the game where typically it's more efficient for me to focus on what I'm doing rather than try to do multiple things at once. I don't need the extra support from whatever railjack has to offer, etc. I've done that stuff. But for anyone who is early to mid game, yeah, absolutely. Indulge yourself in what you've got access to. Well, we got the reactant nice and quickly. Shame we can't do that for every mission. Hey, look at this. We have between us less than 50 kills. Less than 50 kills, all the reactant we need. Go to a survival mission, you can get 300 kills as a squad, 9 reactant. That's an exact figure, by the way, because that happened to me. 4-man squad, 300 kills or more, 9 reactant. Reactant needs fixing. But hey, I've been saying that for ages. Alright, we are getting our way through this. I have absolutely no knockdown protection on my vault, but it's fine. Because I will just put up a shield. Inception, Excavation, or Tragedy? Yeah, Inception, Excavation, Survival, as Void Fishers are all just bad pickups in my opinion. They're all just bad. Defense is barely passable in my opinion. Because of the reactive mechanics. That and the time they take. Hey, Argon Crystal. That was convenient. Why? Where is everyone else? Well, they're not in range of that one. That's unfortunate. Oh, there's a ribbon sliver. Oh well. I'm just going to hold this down for a bit, don't mind me. Seriously, who are we waiting on? Come on. Right. Have a speed buff. Hey, Tatsu Beast, there we are. We're 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Lith Inception is terrible? Yeah. Do I recommend Streamline or Flow for Nidus with Hunter Adrenaline? So gaining energy on taking damage. If you are in a situation where you intend and expect to be taking a noticeable amount of damage, then yeah, go for... I would go for Flow, I suppose. Because at least you have enough energy to just spam whatever else you're doing. If you find that during your gameplay you are hitting your energy cap, go Flow. If you find instead that... what's it? Yeah, if instead you find you are running out of energy, then go Streamline. That's the way to look at it. We move fast? Yeah, we move fast. Let's have a look. Oh, I see. I see. I understand now. Okay. I understand where we're at. Out of curiosity, are you on Steel Path yet? I realised I just threw you into a Steel Path. Void Fisher. Didn't check your mastery rank. Are you on Steel Path? Have you unlocked that for yourself yet, my dude? As we get cracking onto the final bit, Tatsu Prime Handle. Ooh, this could be a bit. We only need one, but we only have the one relic. You don't know. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Have you ever headed over to Teshin and unlocked the ability to switch modes here? Have you done that yet? You can't be taxied to Steel Path? Wrong. I have taken newbies to Steel Path before now. My dude here. Do you have the ability to switch modes? Yeah, you don't. Alright, there we are. Maximage, you can take that theory of you can't be taxied to Steel Path and just drop it in the bin. We just did a Steel Path relic. We just did one. Which adds to the curiosity then, because... Hold up. Because we got a Steel Essence. Did you just get a Steel Essence in your mission? Legion Mods, did you just get a Steel Essence for opening up your relic? I'm thinking I've got the right person here. I'm about to find out if I'm a moron. Are we trying to see if we can get people arcane adapters? No, no, no. Pretty sure we did. Don't be pretty sure. Open up your mission results. This is not a channel of pretty sures. When we've got a last mission results button right there, don't be pretty sure. Click it. Be sure. This is important. We're trying to tell the difference between something that did or did not happen. We want to be sure. Oh yeah, we got interesting information already, yeah, but... We gotta see. We gotta know. We gotta know. Did ya get the Steel Essence? The anticipation, the pain. Wait, you got one. Okay, right. That brings us on to our next question then. Is this your first ever? If you just click that in game, it'll tell you how much you have here. Is that your first ever? Actually, why am I going through 20 questions that way? I can do this. Whilst he does that, let's do this. What's the bit I'm looking for? Oh, it's here, isn't it? Missions 24,539. That's not the full amount, is it? No. No, 27,501. Steel Path, nothing. Yeah, no. 4 owned? You've got 4 of them? Interesting. So that's not the first time. Not the first time you have been to the Steel Path. Oh, it could have been a Twitch drop, you're right. Sus Clan. Of course, a Sus Clan member is what's causing all this. Okay. No, you can't access Teshin's Steel Honors before you actually unlock it, no. He's got no Steel Path missions done. Okay, for science. For science. What's a really quick one here? Is there a capture mission on here? What do we have? It probably won't count anything is done. E Prime is always the first one. I know we're doing relics and stuff, but you know what? E Prime's always the first one. Let's... Oh. Did that just boot you from the squad? That was the second I clicked it. Did that just boot you from the squad? I see. Okay. Okay. So that bit's dead. Okay, that has changed. Yep. Definitely not. I had to be certain. So it's just it's the Fisher bypass. Okay. Fair enough then. Fair enough. Very fair enough. So just the Fishers get around here. Well, that figures. Alright, let's pick a Fisher. So we got Axie Spy on that mode. Or we've got Axie Capture. Axie bloody Capture. Come on now, that's the only right answer. Preferably the T10 if you have it. Preferably the T10 Radiant if you have it. If you don't, okay. But I'd really like it if you did. If we can get all 3 Tatsu pieces in 3 runs, that would be amazing. T10 intact gives it a 2% bonus to us. K8, fair enough. T5, fair enough. Well, the MR10 had the relic, when the 28 and 30 did not. Okay. Baldel saying hello from Iceland. Oh, hello there. Welcome on in. Iceland, the most western country I've ever visited. Not western as in societally, I mean literally the most far west I have ever been. Fair do. Welcome into the channel, my dude.
You are here on a capture mission.
Boom, speed.
You must find,
Ow.
capture, and extract our target.
Well, that was a face plant and a half, wasn't it? And zap. Thank you. Grab the piece of speed. Nope. Am I playing with Xbox players? Yes.
Excellent
At least when it
work.
works.
You'll interrogate the captain
It doesn't
on
always.
base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Most of the time it works, and when that's the case, yes.
Only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood.
I just need a little bit more reactant, and I sense it right there. There we go. Got it. Melee weapons increase damage. Pass. I'm just gonna run. Oh, hey, there's a Juggernaut. I'm just gonna run away from that as well. This way. Or this way, apparently. There we are. Oh no, I fell off. I fell. Let's re-up the speed. I'm being grabbed. I do not like it. Oh, there's an item sculpture. Pass. Gone are the days of me collecting those. Ow. Try not to fall off the map. There we are. Made it. If you get the neuroptics from Kate, you'll cry. Been finding those today. I'll try not to get them. Oops. I meant to type that into there. Oh, this chat system is ancient and terrible. I'm just going to close all tabs. The chat system in Warframe is ancient and terrible. I mean, the fact that the default is inline chat messages for private messages from other channels is still stupid. It works fine. It works fine. It works fine. Emphasis on fine. There are far better ways of implementing chat than what we have. Especially trade and recruitment. Dang, we didn't get the pieces we needed. It's good but can be better. It's fine, but could be better. I wouldn't call it good, no. I mean, look, so many times when I invite someone and it'll send, these aren't cases, but it'll send the invite a bajillion times in the chat messages. Or the fact that, if I go to, oh, excuse me, if I go to talk, if you want to close this, the close tab and close all are right next to each other. There is no confirmation on close all. So if you accidentally fat finger close all, whether you are closing tab or inviting the person, if you fat finger close all, not only do you close that tab, no recovery, you close all of the other tabs as well. That's bad. That is bad design right there. And that happens to plenty of people. There is no way of recovering those lost tabs. You can have it where the tabs will just change. It will decide, yeah, you'll change the situation. So you want this tab now when you've got a message that's partway typed, which can cause you to send the message in the wrong location. The default of the inline messages popping through just makes the chat a mess to follow at times for a lot of people. Yes, Indrel said that. You've got the fact that it is the only in-game way of facilitating proper trading. What is this mess? Not to mention, what is this mess? It's fine, but it could be far better. It could be far better. However, I understand it is not a priority. Like, you know, we got other things going on. Other things including the fact that that was my only tattoo relic for the Axie, wasn't it? Yeah. That kind of makes it difficult to keep opening up that relic. Phantasma? Yeah, we'll probably have to. Phantasma. Alright. Fantastico. What do we got? Phantasma Prime Blueprint? Blueprint? A blueprint. There we are. Blueprint. I already own 2 blueprints. That's excellent. But I own none of the parts, apparently. So, let's see. What have we got in terms of parts? K4 is the fastest because it is the common. Meso K4. Meso K4. Let's do it. Is Nidus any good? Yes. Nidus is an incredibly tanky frame. Capable of the strongest strength boosts that can be applied to your allies total ever, is capable of incredible crowd control, decent damage output. He's a capable frame. I'm not a fan of him, but he is capable. Survival and defense, those are both disgusting. Steel Path, give me something better. Exterminate, there we go, that's what we're looking for. That's something we can work with. Phantasma, fantastic. Yep, that's the bit we need. What do I think of Cora Prime? Capable frame. In fact, I did a full build guide for Cora, so you can check that one out. I sometimes wonder how hard it would be to just implement a system where people can put things up for sale and people can just buy them. In terms of difficulty, there will be some significant difficulty in that, the actual operational processing of it, for certain. But more than that, there is the issue of the economic impact. And I'm really on the fence as to how far you go about that, because every step that makes trading more inconvenient, not hard, inconvenient, every single step that makes trading more inconvenient increases the price of the goods. Only, mostly speaking this is, only does it have an effect on cheaper goods, or more than it does on any other goods, it has an effect on cheaper goods. The reason being, why will be running off ahead? We need to get all the kills. Okay. The reason I say that it has an impact on the cheaper prices is because if something is worth 5 platinum, a lot of people will go, that's not worth setting up a trade. That's just not worth doing it. I won't do it. And so it remains being worth 5 platinum. Despite the fact that everyone in the dog might have one of those mods. If something is worth 50 platinum, almost everyone goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to sell that one. That's worth my time. I say almost everyone. There are ribbon traders. They exist. Almost everyone is going to want to sell something worth 50, or will take the time to sell something worth 50. I just got a strength and range bonus on this, which is going to make that Revenant kind of go crazy. And shoop, there they go. Look at them go. You gotta love it. So yeah, as you make trading more convenient, say if you made it the most convenient thing ever, let's take this as a thought experiment to the absolute maximum, where trading was as convenient as it could possibly ever be. You cannot make trading more convenient. That is where, if you simply just mentally, psychically, telepathically marked things in your inventory as this is there and available for sale, you didn't even have to think about it. You automatically thought it through. And if someone wanted to purchase it, it was just purchased. Everything would bottom out in price. Barring the stuff that is actually priced because of the difficulty of getting it, everything else would just bottom out. Fact. As you think about the mods that are going around, you think of condition overload. How many people do you think have gone to Deimos, got themselves extra condition overloads, and just never been bothered to try and sell them? How many people have prime parts they're just holding on to for no good reason? I know I do. Oh, my damage, is it underneath? Must be underneath. I'll just zap again. How much plat does one need to be considered a whale? A whale isn't about a fixed value. A whale is a state of mind. A whale in gaming sense is someone who spends a significantly disproportionate amount of money on a game. Usually for cosmetics, or otherwise for loot box style mechanics, where they're just pouring money into it. If you are pouring physical money into the game, then you have taken on the state of mind of a whale. A whale does not hunt out the cheapest discounts for individual one-off purchases. A whale doesn't look at their stuff and go, you know what, honestly, it's not really worth it very often. A whale goes, I want it. I'm getting it. Give me it. Whale is state of mind, not how much plat you have. So yeah, convenience is what makes trading, or sorry, inconvenience is what makes trading possible in this game.
And so we learn the importance of clarity,
what makes things have value.
purpose.
So, an in-game marketplace, an automatic marketplace, It's something that has to be done very, very carefully. Even an in-game listing that you still then follow through on exactly like you do today. You reach out to the person, you say, hey, I would like to buy this, and they go, hey, sure, let's do the trade. Even that would still have an effect on the market of bringing down the prices because more people will be engaged with that. It would increase the supply, it would barely touch the demand. Inconvenience does not stop the majority of demand. Same mission, different relic? Yeah, we can do that in just a sec. Let's look at it this way. How many of you guys are looking to purchase something in Warframe at the moment that you trade from another player? How many of you are looking to purchase a mod or a prime part, something like that? And of those of you who are thinking of buying something from another player, are you held back from buying that because you can't find someone selling it? Not for any other reason, not it's too expensive, not you've not made the time for it, not any other reason. How many of you are looking to buy something from another player, but you haven't found someone selling it? You'll probably find that that number is a very tiny number of people. Very, very tiny number of people. The demand for items in Warframe is already there. The demand is already there. When you are selling stuff, if you have stuff that people actually need, that is, there is a lot of stuff you can list for sale, but no one's going to buy it. For the majority, and I mean vast majority of stuff in this game, if you are looking to sell it, you could put it up there, but the demand, you're fighting against other sellers. The demand has been met. There is something available. The exception to this is on low population, low time zone consoles, and yeah, that more comes down to actually there's just a lack of people going around. So the increasing convenience of even just adding a listing in here, it won't increase the demand. It won't increase the number of people going, oh wait, what? I can buy it from other players? I did not know this. It doesn't, no. That will happen, but not to a significant amount. What it will instead do is have people going, yeah, I suppose I can just put some stuff up in there. I'll just quickly do that, There we are, easy listing. Someone's going to contact me and give me platinum because I want platinum for free, please. Yeah, on the Switch, trading is far more difficult. Absolutely, yeah. Strain consumed, strain eruption, strain fever, and the mining resources. Okay, wait. I don't actually know where you get these ones from, because I don't apparently have any of them. Apparently. Wasn't popping up there. Crossplay question, can non-PC users buy arcane helmets? I have no idea about arcane helmets. They were before my time. I don't have any strain mods here. The From Profit Taker phase 1 to 3 missions. Fair enough. Fair enough then. Well, that is definitely going to be a little bit harder to come across, yeah. Because no one's doing those ones. So that is an example of something where there isn't sufficient supply for the demand. Fair enough. If those mods are worthwhile, you might find there are people who would then farm it, but dead maggots within 5 meters are consumed, restoring some missing health. Does this has to go for the helmet charger though? The helmet charger, which is considered to be a pile of shit. Yeah. Maggots explode on death, dealing 4% of an enemy's current health as corrosive damage. 4%? Yikes, that's low. Helmet Charger gains damage persist. Yeah, but it's the Helmet Charger. Melee attacks gain plus 20% crit damage persist. Cute, but that's it's not really a lot to take up a mod slot on your melee. Yeah. There's a reason people aren't farming that to sell. The demand is pretty low. Full set is 10 assists. Yeah, so you get up to 200% crit damage on that with the full set and using a Helmet Charger. That's still pretty yikes. Anyway. Anyway, for the vast majority of cases, the vast majority of everything that people need, want, desire, the supply is there to meet demand. So every step of increasing convenience actually increases supply without increasing demand by an equal amount. And so the price is forced down. The price is forced down. If we made it where you could go into the market and set up your own trades, they could make it where it's just an open listing system like the trade chat, and that would suck. It would not be very convenient, but it could still push prices down because it is a new way to create sales, a new way to advertise the supply, because it'd be automated. You don't even have to deal with it then, it's just click and done. If they made it where you could search and filter, price comes down. If they made it where you can list more than one item at a time, price comes down. If they made the listings infinite, and it's just a case of you can only complete so many trades a day, prices go way down then. Isn't that how Maru's Bazaar works? You have to stand there. You stand there and you hold up 6 items, and people have to come up to you physically, look at you, look at the items you've got, and go, yes, I don't want any of these, and then walk off. Maru's Bazaar is about the most inconvenient way of trading I have ever seen. It's absolutely terrible. It is on the level of the inconvenience of trading in the old days of RuneScape. That's how bad it is. Alright, we're trying to get Phantasma. What's the next one? Miso, but with the Erotic, wasn't it? Phantasma Prime Barrel. Oh, this could be interesting. Well, let's try it. Maple Story trading? Never did trading there. To give you guys an example of where trading was about as convenient as it could possibly get, EVE Online. EVE Online's economy was basically set up with trading, real economic level trading being in mind. Wagwan. Yeah. And as part of that, there is a place in EVE Online called Jita, which is the trade hub at the center of the universe. It has virtually everything. If you want to buy something, there is not only someone selling it there is everyone selling it there. If it is a basic ship or a basic gun, basic ammunition, or a more advanced version, or a stolen version from a pirate faction, or if you wanted something customized with a special little red tag on it, they're all there. All of them. Which means that the prices in Jita are the fairest in the entire universe. Elsewhere, in other locations where you can't access the stock in Jita directly, the prices fluctuate and change and go up and down, all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Bad sport, if you could pick a relic, please. Otherwise, yeah. In EVE Online, Jita, you can just buy it. Not only that, but with the way it works in EVE Online, you can always see every single order that is up there. So you can see what people are trying to buy at and what people are trying to sell at, and make a fully informed decision. Isn't Jita on its own node? Yeah, it's on its own node. It shouldn't take you 30 minutes to load into there. No. You might be thinking of a really ancient day Atridsea, or it's gone down. Atrides. Or maybe EVE Online has absolutely crashed into floor in the last 2 months. But to my knowledge, no, you can just enter Jita. But it is a heavy location, yeah. What did you miss? You missed that you need to select a relic. We're hoping that you have a Miso P10, otherwise just grab a Miso relic. If you do need to go AFK, it's generally advised to not stay in the squad, and certainly not to do that without saying to the squad. Oh yeah, if you haven't played in years after, then it's a long time ago on that. They have definitely improved the server tech around Jita. It literally has its own node now because it's always busy. Seth, I remember the days where Jita would get so busy, not because of a raid, just busy, it would get so busy that just trying to get there was causing a lag. The Stargate itself would close because it would say, I'm sorry, there are too many people in the system, we literally cannot let you in. But the tech changed, and that's no longer a problem. But yeah, that was convenience overload, and everything there was so tight to the price that unless you were very good at manufacturing, you simply could not produce things profitably. In fact, even if you were very good at manufacturing, you would need to have really cheap sources of material to make stuff profitable to sell. Everything there was so fairly priced, it was almost unfair on the creators of the things being sold. Now you apply that to Warframe. Now you apply that to Warframe, where we pick up loads of stuff just kind of as a matter of course. You think of all the Ireton stars and sculptures you've got lying around. You think of all the mods you picked up from spy missions and just never cared to look at. You think of the ones you picked up during transmutation but then forgot to deal with. You think of all the prime parts. Everything. And then multiply it by how many players are doing the same thing, how many players are just as lazy as you. The demand wouldn't go up, but the supply would. That is a big part as to why there's not actually incentive for DE to invest in a more robust market system, because the inconvenience is what makes it move. People imagine, oh, if only I could... What is that grenade doing? Did they stick a grenade to a titania razor fly? Oh, that's amazing. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. People like to imagine, what if we all had access to all the plat? Like, if I could sell all these mods for that theoretical amount, and it just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. The prices would plummet to match. And now, not only would everyone get less plat for their goods, it means that the people who were selling their goods before are getting less plat total. Because now they're competing with a whole bunch more players who weren't competition before. And those players that are going to be most effective are the new players. The new players trying to make that 20 platinum for a Warframe slot. Or the 12 platinum for a weapon slot, where we currently turn around to them and say, okay, I died mid-cast, that was impressive. Where we turn around to them and say, come on, 20 plat's not that hard to get. We would have to say, yeah, it used to be easy to do, but then D created the in-game marketplace. Just spend a few dollars, mate. It's the only way you're getting some plat now. Yeah. No one who thinks they're down for it would actually be down for it. The end result would be terrible. Except for those who are already just buying things. If you buy plat with money, an in-game marketplace will be a godsend. For everyone else, it actually would be a problem. Am I against an auction house? I'm saying that an auction house would need to be very carefully implemented. Very, very carefully implemented, if ever. The other thing is as well, thinking about where the... Hey! Phantasma piece straight away. Oh, we love it. Thinking about where the platinum economy goes thereafter. If you think of the generalized plat economy, you've got person who wants plat, the new player is spending 20 plat on a Warframe slot, and the person who buys plat to trade. Those are your two. Now, they may not trade directly. They may trade through 1, 2, 3, however many jumps in between of trading prime parts and mods around. But ultimately, it is the person buying the plat, sending it down the line to the person selling some in-game loot to get their plat purchase. If you cut all the prices and value of everything right the way down, the person buying the plat has less to spend it on in the market. The player market, that is. They have less plat they need to spend. 100 platinum will buy them far more than it did before, so they need less plat overall. So people will purchase less platinum in that regard, which would impact DE's finances. Do you see, DE not only have limited incentive in terms of the effects trading would have for newer players, but they would have active disincentive on developing it because it would also hit their bottom line. Because again, the demand for buying things wouldn't go up. The supply instead goes up, crashing the prices. So, yeah. As much as it would be convenient, as much as it would be nice to have a way to sell you stuff, simply just list it, click, 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 click in here, and off you go, it would actually lead to pain. It would actually lead to pain. Liv, you are a little bit late. You're not too late to get your ticket in, as you just did, but you are a little bit on the late side, yeah. Alright, let's see. Phantasma, what are we missing now? Phantasma. Where's the one that has the blueprint that just tells me? The only thing we're missing is the stock. Okay, where do we get the stock from? Rare on the P6. Alright, we'll try it. The stream turned into an economy lecture? I mean, did you expect anything else? There a giveaway? Yeah. Exclamation mark raffle. Alright, interception, and spy sounds terrible. What have we got over here for Lith? We have got defense. We'll just do the defense one. We'll just do this one. Lith P6. Radiant, please, if you can. Railroad fishers, they'll take about as long anyway. No point. Especially if we've got the MR10 here. Silly question, but what way do I gather void traces? You gather void traces by opening relics. The other way of getting them is terrible and shouldn't even be considered as a way of getting them. Yeah. I'll make that clear, that's yes, not why. Otherwise, yeah, you get void traces by opening relics. You can get more void traces by equipping a Smeatica Vat with Charm, as if it procs at the right time, hooray, double traces, or maybe more, and by using a resource booster. That's it. IDC saying, Rivens are the big plat sinks, though. I don't think it would change much. Trade chat is really annoying. IDC, do you say that Rivens are the big plat sinks because you have the numerical evidence of that? Or do you say that Rivens are the big plat sinks because you see big numbers attached to people trying to sell Rivens and think it must be the case? Because I can tell you, at least from my own anecdotal experience, just as a counter to the idea, I have spent far more platinum buying things from people that aren't Rivens than I have buying things from people that are Rivens. Some people absolutely will be spending buying platinum to then spend it on Rivens. But I wouldn't say that that is immediately the largest part of the trading economy. Plus also they're not plat sinks, they're plat trades, but not plat sinks. The plat doesn't vanish on a Riven trade. Just FYI. They are sinks in the sense that they cause people to buy platinum to obtain them. And then once they have done that, they no longer have their platinum. But otherwise, no, technically not. You buy cheap Rivens and roll them yourself. Don't understand the ones that sell for a lot. The ones that sell for a lot are for the people that don't want to spend the time to go and get the resources themselves. To roll some RNG that might not even give them what they were wanting or looking for. That's the difference there, my dude. But yeah, we don't have the stats ourselves on how much is traded. We don't get given that kind of information. DE doesn't put it out. They won't put it out. So we can only speculate. But you can certainly have a look into how much you're making if you actively try to trade to different things. See, where is the money coming from? Don't just base it on the amount of effort, base it on the amount of demand. Because as much as you're not the one selling stuff if you don't do the low ticket items, someone is, because they're low ticket. If there was no one selling it, it would become high ticket. There's a public trade log for ribbons. I'm pretty certain it doesn't have the information as to the trades, just the offers. Think you just crashed? Ah, that is unfortunate. How are you supposed to get 120,000 alloy plates? You got to farm for that. Alloy plates you can pick up as a normal regional resource. I think they are dropped on, for example, Sedna, so actually Hydron might be a pickup for you. Oops, I didn't need to cast that so soon, but sure, why not? And with economy, scale is also a major factor. One ribbon that sells one time for 1,000 platinum doesn't compare at all to the thousands upon hundreds of thousands of relics being cracked open, turned into ducats, or handed out to someone else to turn into ducats, to turn into prime mods, which are then also traded, with lots of trades happening in that arena.
The relic has been cracked open.
To think of the arcanes, the arcane energizers being sold, the arcane avengers, the arcane guardians, the arcane graces. I have a question about Warframe on Steam. I don't use Warframe through Steam, so I don't know if I'll be able to help on that. But I mean, shoot. I use Warframe just through Warframe though, their own launcher. From my experience, usually a better way to handle it. A game that has its own launcher is just use their own. Ribbon mods rarely sell unless they're newly released weapons. It depends on the ribbon. It depends on the stats. A weapon doesn't have to be newly released to be desirable. I mean, depending on your definition, you wouldn't call a lot of the Kuva weapons newly released at this point. But their ribbons still sell. No, this is what we wanted. Oh well. Because we did lose a person, we will drop out here. And also time-wise, actually, we're going to have to drop out. Yeah, Energized prices went down really low with Scarlet Spear, and again with Orpheus Venom, but yeah, they can't stay low. Energize is one of those things which is priced not because of the inconvenience of selling it, but because of the inconvenience of acquiring it. That's one of those things that would be barely affected by a in-game marketplace, by an auction house as people like to refer to it, because there's not suddenly loads of people that rifle through their pockets and go, well actually I've got a load of these spare. What few of those will be around would vanish pretty quickly. Do most people use Warframe Market anyway? Nope. Yes, but no. Lots and lots and lots of people use Warframe Market. Probably most people for their purchases, but there's plenty of people who actually purchase stuff through Trade Chat. Plenty of trades happen through this. There's a reason people are posting here. Neoness will tell you plenty about that if you want to ask him. And there are others that just simply don't want to use or don't trust third-party sites, as a matter of course. Whether they're right or wrong to think that way, that's how they feel. And like I say, you got to remember the number of people that could be trading there but just aren't. Let me see, for example, like, let me just, if I sort this by, yeah, I've got it sorted by duplicates. If I scroll to the end then, scroll to the scant numbers of duplicates I'll have. Let's see, not that far, not that far, not that far. Here we go. So like, I've got a couple partitioned mallets here. I've got a couple necromech aviators, a couple meticulous aims, a couple maims, a couple helmets. They're probably worth nothing. A couple 4 riders, a couple exposing harpoons. Got a couple barrels contempt mods going around. A couple blood for energies. All these couples here. Transient fortitude. That's definitely valuable mod. Untraceable, that's going to have some value to it. I've got some river mods just kind of sat here. You think of how much these could add up to if I got around to selling them. It's just the effort of selling them means I don't. Got 4 Vicious Frosts. Those will have value to them. Scattering Inferno, that's going to have some value to it. Frostbite, yep. Value there. Failsafe, no, not really. Not value there. Excuse me. So when you add it up with all of the mods along here, there's actually quite a bit. It adds up. It definitely adds up. Thank you, Ace. Curious, how old are you? How old do you think I am? That's always a fun question to ask when someone asks how old you are. How old do you think I am? Swithering Gamer has decided they want to be timed out. Nathaniel Mew has also decided they want to be timed out, but for the exact opposite reason. Well, people saying 20s, 23, 27, 31, mid-late 20s, mid-20s. Isn't talking about age TOS nowadays. Who's TOS? And if you mean Twitches, so long as you don't... As long as no one here is a minor or claiming to be a minor, we're all good. If someone does, I'll have to immediately ban you because that's Twitch TOS. Someone asking my age? Nah. That's fine. Just to be clear, I don't need to know anyone's ages here. Yeah, I'm 29. 29 good years of age. I'm on my 30th lap around the sun. But yeah. Korokop was absolutely bang on the money there. Perhaps slightly weird. Yeah, I'm 29 years old. So those of you thinking mid-20s, I appreciate you. Gorilla with the 31? Okay. Swithering Gamer, just no. Just no. And I appreciate that, Zob. I appreciate. Gorilla asking, can I ask, where do you farm all the good necromech mods? Well, you can get some of them from Transmutation through your mods console there. Just birds of credits and mods, and bam, you'll get some of your necromech mods. And the rest of them, there is some funky flesh pit thing that you can find in a Deimos vault. And you fight that. It's some puzzly thing you do, and then you go down and you kill the thing that's down there, and that will drop necromech mods. It's a bit of a wild one. It's a bit of a wild one. You're better off looking at the wiki on that. Also Lloyd, yeah, and then you get some of the others from Lloyd, but they said the good ones. The good ones. You forgotten what 29 was like? Fair. That's fair. Alright, chat. I've been rambling actually for quite some time now. I've been rambling so long, we've actually gone almost 10 past the hour. So you know what, let's drop this squad here. Thank you very much, Elliot and Bad Sport, for joining us. We need to be dropping that squad there because if you haven't already grabbed yourself the ticket for it, we're about to do a platinum giveaway. Exclamation mark ticket if you haven't already done so. And let's do a giveaway. What is life like in your 20s? Compared to your teens, you have far more control. The ability to decide to do something and just go and do it. You compare life from 12 to 18 compared to 22 to 28. Far more freedom to just grab onto what interests you and make that your life. The downside is that you have a responsibility to decide what to do. 12 to 18, You're being pushed through school. You're being pushed through the experiences that your parents are setting up for you. Your school is setting up for you. Teachers, everyone of authority around you. In your 20s, you set the line. You've been given your machete now, you've been given your hiking boots, you've been given your backpack, and you're sent off into that wild jungle that is real life. Carve your own path. You might choose to follow behind some others and make it a bit easier to tread. You might decide to burn a blazing path of content creation, hacking and slashing away at everything trying to get in your way. In your 20s, you discover what it means to have freedom. And you learn the consequences of having freedom. And that can be both wonderful and terrifying. That can be both wonderful and terrifying. What you make of it is entirely what you make of it. It really is. That responsibility piece is a tough pill to swallow in the beginning. I'll be honest. I'd say probably thanks to my parents. For me, it wasn't. It was just kind of, I'm here now. Cool. Let's do what I need to do. And now I can also do what I want to do. More than ever before. Unhindered by the unsavory types of school and the specific and set routines that could barely be chosen at school level. So yeah. Economy and philosophical stream. Say, it's an everything stream. Don't forget we have the bugs and fixing that, or figuring out what we need to report. All kinds of crazy stuff. It was also a drone clearing stream because the drones... Well, the drones were affecting the FPS. We measured that. Like, my FPS in here was something like 45 at times, but mostly around the 55 mark in here. When I took away the drones, well, let's just check right now, shall we? What are we at now that the drones have been put on the shelf? What are we at now? Oh, I need to also uncap it. And I remember it's broken if I don't do it this way. There we go. Uncapped. I'm now getting, yeah, over twice as much. So it was halving the speed of my computer here, those drones. How'd you get those mini sculptures? These are called articulars. They're from the market. And then once you got them, you can set them to copy a loadout, which is why I have in here Articular 1, 2, 3, and 4. I name them that way so I know which one is which. You name the Articular, and then you can set their pose, and there you are. That's how it works. That's Chief saying, to be honest, I like that routine compared to the stress that freedom gives. If you find that total freedom gives you stress, then that's where you look into building a routine. That's part of the responsibility, is creating your own routine. If you don't want unfettered freedom, if you don't want to live off impulse, and let's be honest now, living off impulse is dangerous. You have to really understand how to do it. A lot of people don't. Create routine. You have been guided through the first 20 years of your life into routines, the routines of school, the routines of homework, the routines of chores, building up and up and up to running those routines yourself. Do that. Create those routines. Hold yourself to those routines. Where there are negatives, take them out. Where there are positives that you could introduce, bring them in. Be who you can be. Should say, like, what happens if something goes wrong that can't be fixed? If you can't fix something that's gone wrong, then can you fix the consequences? Nothing is permanent. Everything ends. That includes both the bad and the good. Look at what you can fix and fix that. Look at what you can do and do that. And then have your emotional outburst. Then have whatever is coming to you, be it anger or pain or whatever, from what has gone wrong. But yeah. So I'm saying, honestly, I remember being alive at 20 was an open question. Glad I got this far. Didn't always feel like I would. I know that can be God, we're really ending on a heart-wrencher here, aren't we? That can definitely be a tough experience for a lot of people, is even trying to imagine getting as far as 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever age, because we all encounter these problems in life, and it's a fact that some people don't. It is a fact that some people don't, but it's also a fact that most people do. The vast majority of people get to 20. So, sure. Act as if you are. Life is the only thing we have when you think about it. We can believe in what might come after it. Everyone is entitled to their own beliefs there, but the only thing we know for a fact that we have is our life. Everything else is something around it. The thing we have is our life. So act like it's going to be there. And act like it's going to be there tomorrow if you take the steps to make it there tomorrow. And you might just surprise yourself. You might just surprise yourself in what you can do. I mean, one person here decided to enter in with a ticket, hoping maybe that they'll get themselves a platinum giveaway. And that person, KingGriff90, is absolutely correct. KingGriff90, congratulations. You just secured yourself a 75 platinum. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of this stream to get a hold of your Warframe username and platform. We'll get this sent on over to you. Congratulations there, my dude. You see that impressive segue away from the heart-wrenching topic, just to get us towards the end of that there. Congratulations, my dude. As I say, I'll be contacting you, so look out for the Twitch message. You don't want to be missing out on that one now. And everyone else, thank you very much for joining with me here today on stream, but don't go anywhere just yet, because we are going to raid on over to another part of the Warframe community. Let's see where we can take our raid today, shall we? Let's see where we can take our raid. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who is streaming? I don't know. Who can we say hi to? Like Airsoft? Yeah. Yeah, make sure you check your messages. Don't do an Airsoft. Don't come back to the next stream and require me to tell you to check your messages. That is inadvisable. So, let's browse. Who's on Warframe at the moment? In fact, I'm going to sort this by recommended for you, which should mix things up into a somewhat random order. Yes, it has. Okay. This has really randomized it. The chat. Simple poll. Simple poll. Who raid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm giving you guys the veneer of choosing. Simple poll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got this ordered by recommended for me, apparently. These are the top 5 streams that Twitch seems to think I should have a look at. So who raid? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. As the first votes are going in, the people who don't care about information. Now we got those ones out of the way. Those 5 are Frangible, Archangel, Barney Jack, Markov Returns, and Sephi Glitch. Frangible, Archangel, Barney Jack, Markov Returns, or Sephi Glitch, for those of you who wanted more information as to who to vote for. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I guess, hey, why not? Let's make this semi-random. And then also tell you who, but yeah. Because if Twitch is trying to recommend these as the top 5, let's just go for that. Aren't these recommended to all of us? I don't know if they are. That's why I've just named them all. And 4 has been selected. That is Markov Returns. Usually I don't tell you? Yeah, I know, Quintus. I know. But you don't need to shout. You don't need to shout, Quintus. Calm down. Calm down, or Zom will calm you down. Up. Alright, raid is created, guys. Let's get those spinny drones ready. Let's do that raid over. We're going to be heading on over to the stream, Markov Returns. And as I said, thank you very much, guys, for joining in. If you don't catch the raid, just, you know, you'll be able to see Markov Returns in the listing. You should be able to catch the raid. But we're heading on over now. Thank you very much for joining in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.